Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of the Hangs with Rog podcast, the podcast all about video games and pop culture in general. Very exciting episode, as they all should be. We're all reunited. I've got my two co-hosts with me today, the ginger boy himself and the Mexican boy back from Greasico.
Greasico.
Because it rhymes with Mexico,
beautiful.
Get it?
Yeah, I like that. I like what you
Why
did.
don't you say
'cause it's
Grexico?
Mexican.
Aha, yeah, that's right. That's how you say Greece in Mexican. Greasico. And we
So
also
incorrect,
have
it's not even funny.
the man with more assists than LeBron James, because he's always here to help us out. Jake, welcome back, sir.
Hello. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Can you, later on, can you just snip the hello? Because I think that's the creepiest hello I've ever heard in my life. I'm scared.
Is it though?
I'm aroused right now. That's how creepy it was.
I'll save it. Yeah, I'll send it
That's why
to you.
Roger
so you
keeps
can
having
feel-
me on. The sex appeal that I bring.
Yeah, he just snips
boy.
he snips everything together at the end, and then he just goes to town on himself. It's beautiful.
Hot.
Just gonna have that on repeat and just masturbate to it every night. Oh, that's gross. Who said that?
Alright, so we're into it pretty quick now.
Jesus.
Wow,
It's getting out of hand.
We've had the conversation
Let's
before,
get
yeah.
back on track here, boys. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not get too excited. All right, so exciting times. We are changing things up on the show today. We're going to start bring some segments onto the show. Bring a bit of order on this show, so it's not all over the shop. So the first segment is going to be. Okay, so our first segment is called Favorite News Topic. This is where we talk about our favorite news topic of the week, as suggested by the name, if you're not as smart as we are. As our guest, Jake, you get the first choice. What is your topic, sir?
Sweet. Mine's my least favorite news topic of the week.
What do you...
It is Battlefield
That's wrong.
5.
This guy comes out of nowhere, fucking changes the rule on my brand
This is
new
my
segment.
show
He's
now.
like, nah, fuck your best
I am the captain.
news topic.
I am
Let's
the
talk about
captain.
my,
Yes.
This is
my
Captain
least
Phillips,
favorite.
isn't it?
No,
Look
I'm
at me,
joking.
look at me,
What's
Alright,
the
up
topic?
to now.
What?
My
Are you still
my
pooping?
topic. Oh, you're not still on the toilet.
Surprise.
It's coming out his mouth this time. Coming out his mouth.
Oh, what
So
the?
good.
Wow.
Fossil it. Get it? Because you
Okay,
talk
I know what
shit.
you meant. Yeah, I understood what you're getting at there, but I was just like, I
That's
thought
the
about
team.
things. Now I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's get into this. What's your least favorite news topic, please? God.
It is Battlefield 5 Twitter
Why is
coming
it...
out with their tweet that is no more loot boxes, no premium pass. All players have access to the same maps and modes in Battlefield 5. Keep your squad together no matter what the front, which is awesome in theory, but it's like
What
some
are they
guy
gonna do
beating
to
you with a
replace it?
dick with a hammer for a decade and then turning around going, oh, you guys deserve to not be beaten the dick with a hammer. It's the stupidest tweet I've ever seen. Makes
It's,
me so mad.
Oh.
Yeah, like EA's notorious for that kind of shit, where they're just like, they'll release, for example, something like Battlefront 2, and they'll be like, oh, by the way, guys, we're fixing it, we're doing it all for you. And it's like, yeah, why don't you just not make it a piece of shit from the start, hey? And then we wouldn't have this problem. They just release a piece of shit and then pat themselves on the back so much for fixing their piece of shit, but you can't really polish a turd so much, you know? Like, it just becomes a shiny turd.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably you guys felt the same when you saw it, but I saw it and I was like, okay, you're not doing loot boxes, you're not doing season pass, you're doing something. So that whole tide of war thing, how is it going to work? That's what I'm interested in. Like,
It's exactly right.
It's like Battlefront 2 when they were like, yeah, we're not gonna have all this stuff, and then hey, we're gonna have
100%.
pay to win bloody loot box
Yeah.
bullshit.
That was exactly the point that I was going to come back
Yep.
around to, Rag, because, like, it's exactly what happened. Remember when they came and they announced they're like, oh, it's gonna have no microtransactions, and literally me, you, and Finn were sitting there like, what
are they gonna
Yep.
have instead?
cool.
Because they
Okay,
have to have
what are you
something
gonna do?
else.
And it's not like us being bitter or jaded against them. This is learnt behavior
Yes, it is.
from them just banging us in the dick with that hammer.
Still sour in the mouth, man. Still
Uh-huh.
sour from that Battlefront 2 that I didn't spend a cent on. That I borrowed from Finn, who spent his hard-earned money. I borrowed the game how long ago? Like 2 months ago? It's still just sitting there. I can't bring myself to actually playing it, even though it's like I didn't even pay for it.
Battlefield or Battlefront?
Battlefront, sorry. Did I say Battlefield?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I meant Battlefront 2. Sorry.
Battlefront, yes.
Yeah.
Sits there as well. Good times. I was like, yeah, you got at least he'll play it. Get some of my money out of
Get
it.
some.
But Nick Minute, no.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Guess so.
How do you feel about it, Finn?
Minus 10.
How do you feel about that Battlefront 5? That Battlefront V?
Battlefield?
Did I say Battlefield now? Did I say Battlefront again?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Did I say Battlefront?
Get your shit straight.
God damn
Jesus
it.
What are you
Christ.
doing, Rag?
Battlefield
You
Just put a
V.
little bit of effort in, mate.
Battlefield
Fucking
Vision.
jive.
This is like your one job.
God damn it. Did I actually say Battlefront? Because in my brain
Yeah.
I said
I
Battlefield.
don't understand what you're talking about because you. Okay, wait. Let's take a pause for a second. You're talking about Battlefield as in the fucking 64-player massive map, yeah?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about
Yeah, you're not
Star
talking
Wars
about-
Battlefront 5 that's coming out in November? October?
What the? Yeah, they just skipped a bunch.
Rogers
like,
from the
fuck you.
future.
Yeah,
Coming
you
out
fucking
on
secretly
I know what's
cable.
going on,
Xbox
faggot.
One X, which is the third iteration of the Xbox. No, I'm talking about Battlefront. Oh fuck, Battlefield. God damn
Ah,
it.
God
I'm
damn
talking
it.
about
'Cause you're saying-
Battlefield.
'cause I didn't. Yeah,
Battlefield.
but then you were talking about what I lent you, and I haven't lent you Battle.
No. At that point, I was talking about Battlefront,
Okay.
but now I'm talking about Battlefield.
Oh my
again.
god, what is? Who are you?
The World War II shooter Battlefield. I almost said front again. 5. God damn it.
Oh.
Name
Okay.
of the episode:
Just-
Battlefront 5.
Fucking hell. It's amazing.
Yes.
Wanna
How
cry.
did you watch the trailer? Bit of gameplay, bit of this, bit of that, or nah?
I haven't watched anything.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I
same.
have
Oh,
not watched anything. I
wow.
honestly, until he said something, I had no idea what was going on.
Oh wow. That's
I don't even know what my name is right now.
You didn't know
I'm
that
so
Battlefield
confused.
5 had been announced last week?
No idea.
Holy shit! Wow. Well done, man.
Oh no! Wait, no. Yeah, I haven't.
No, I'm
The
talking
only
about
thing I
Battlefield,
saw-
not Battlefront.
Yeah. Okay, Battlefield 5.
Alright, let's just cut
yeah,
that
no.
sass a little bit,
What are you talking about? Oh, fucking end your life, mate.
Talking to your dick again.
please do.
He's like, cut that sash. He's like staring at it. Cut it. Staring in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
no,
I
You're
haven't-
spicy.
secretly
honestly,
call my
haven't
dick
seen anything.
fast.
All I've seen is the Call of Duty thing that looks exactly like Battlefield. That's all I've seen. The blops. All I've seen is on the blops. That's it.
What part of it was like Battlefield?
Heaps of people are talking about it because it's going to be like a big ass map. The
Oh, but
multiplayer is going to be huge.
that's because it's going to be Battle Royale.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about Call of Duty, yeah?
Fuck! What is happening right now? Yeah, we're talking about Call of Duty is going to have a massive map because it's going to be Battle Royale, so there's going to be 100 fucking players on there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The only thing I've seen that has like a big map that is anything like Battlefield is Call of Duty.
Oh,
That's
right,
a-
okay.
that's
That
a-
makes sense now. I thought you were saying,
God damn.
Call of Duty is going to be like Battlefield, and I was like, nah. But no, I'll get what you mean now. But yeah,
For a
just
second there, I thought Finn thought we were talking about Call of Duty the whole time.
No, we're talking about
Someone
Medal
said
of
you like-
Honor, obviously.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I'm talking about Metal
Brothers
Gear
in
Solid,
Arms.
idiot. Fuck.
Oh,
my
God.
I'm actually
damn.
just talking about.
I'm
This
so
is actually
confused.
hilarious, and I love it.
I'm
It's
just
beautiful.
confused
But yeah,
by
no,
the
haven't seen
whole
anything.
life.
So what have they've talked about? What they're not going to have loot boxes. They're not going to have any kind of DLC.
They're not going to have the premium season pass that they used to have with like map
Okay.
packs that
Yep.
come out regularly and shit. They're going to have this thing called Tides of War, which is going to be like a season thing. Similar to, fucking everything has
Like
seasons,
Fortnite.
like Fortnite, that type of stuff. There's a bunch of I can't remember what the mechanics were that was supposed to be different. Can you enlighten us, Jake?
Absolutely not. I didn't get past that tweet. I was so mad.
Fantastic.
Shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch. It's look. It doesn't look that different to the other ones. They've gone back to World War Two. A lot of customization. It looks like. The trailer looks really good, but it's it's pre-rendered shit. But it looks really exciting. In terms of gameplay, it just kind of looks more of the same, which is nothing bad. I'm thinking about getting that one maybe, but then again, comes out around the same time as Call of Duty. I'm more interested in Call of Duty this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because of the battle royale? What does
Uh,
that to do with it?
Black Ops is my favorite part of Call of Duty. Like they're the only
Whoa.
Call of Duty games that I've prestiged in. I just have more fun in them. That's just, like, no offense to if you prefer the Modern Warfares and stuff. It's just
I'm
Black Ops is my
taking
jam.
serious personal offense.
Yeah, well,
I'm upset now. I'm crying. I'm crying on the toilet.
I'm sorry, man. That's just how I enjoy my free time. Hello, my name is Ranjit.
Oh, shit.
Nah, that's fair enough. That fast-paced style is pretty catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I just
think all of us are like that, to be honest. Where I've never really been a massive fan of Battlefield. I've always been a Call of Duty fan. I think I'm a bit upset. Like, I was reading today, and I keep forgetting that they're not doing a single player, which is kind of like one of the main things I like about Call of Duty.
I thought
think
about
they
it.
do
I was
those
a
really
little bit
well.
upset at the start, and then I was like, "Wait, I haven't finished a Call of Duty campaign in a good 3 years."
Yeah, I think the last
You
one
finished
for me-
Infinite Warfare, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the last one
Roger.
I finished.
Was that 3 years ago?
Oh wait, no, that was the one before. Yeah, I did finish that one. I did
Yeah.
finish Black Ops 3, and I didn't finish World War 2. Sorry, I lied there. Thanks for picking that up, piece of shit.
Doug.
That was actually, I really enjoyed that one actually. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather.
Conor McGregor's
Doesn't-
best
doesn't-
cameo.
That's it. Doesn't bother me that much. It's
Ugh.
like I'd rather. I'm pretty keen on AAA title have like a solid battle royale mode because I've been having a lot of fun with battle royale games lately.
Some indie
Uh,
developers. You can see what
like-
someone with a lot of money can do with it.
Yeah, because
That's a
Fortnite's
good call.
really good. H1Z1's okay. It's just a little bit of a rough game at the moment.
Yes, it is.
Still fun as fuck. You guys should jump on that, by the way. Jake, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
downloaded
absolutely.
It, so I'll definitely give it a go soon.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. I've played a bit of that over the weekend. It's good because it's obviously a bit like Fortnite, but without the building and stuff, so it's simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which, for dummies like me, is great.
exactly. Same for me, don't worry.
Oh man, like when I was playing with Roger and his mates, it was like, oh man, you're getting shot and we're getting shot, so just build this thing around yourself. And I'm like, and then I go, I'm dead. I'm already dead.
Yeah, that's
My
it.
cool.
Like this
Nice.
one's like
See ya.
heaps easier.
Sweet.
There's vehicles and stuff,
Cool.
which is cool.
Yeah.
No
And
doubt,
the game-
no doubt.
The game mode is really quick as well. It's like
Yeah.
15 minutes max.
Yeah, the circle shrinks a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But anything else we want to add about Battlefront / Field Duty? Battlefront Field of Duty?
Battlefront Field?
Nope.
Nothing, my
Nope.
friend. Nothing.
Nope.
Because I haven't seen
Two.
anything about it. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, I guess there's a bit of gameplay footage floating around, but if you don't give a shit, you don't give a shit, and that's fine. Let's move on to our next topic, boys and girls.
Stay
Who was
skeptical,
next?
everybody.
I think this week I liked Finn more, so Finn can go second, and Poopy
Every
Boy,
week, cool. Awesome.
Mr. Poopy Butthole
Poopy,
can go
Mr.
third.
Poopy Butthole, yeah.
Send your poopy butthole.
Said your poopy butthole. That's
Mr.
amazing.
Finn, please tell us about your wonderful topic this week. What is it?
Hello, my friend.
Oh, hello.
So, exciting news.
You just clicked your
I-
fingers and did the little guns, didn't you? Yeah,
Hey,
you
I
did.
actually
Yeah,
At my
boy.
TV. Cool. I'm glad we're close enough friends that you understand what I'm doing
Oh,
without looking
I
at
know
me. It's
exactly
beautiful.
what you're doing.
So, I had no idea that Nintendo was doing anything today. Did you guys have any idea?
Yeah.
Like previously?
Like
Like,
I was saying,
did talk about it a couple episodes ago where there was a rumor that there was going to be an announcement soon, but it was a rumor.
okay.
As far as I knew, anyway. There might have been like an
Yeah.
official.
So what
thing.
what were we gonna say, Neff? You
Yeah, well, my news
Yeah,
article
but
was actually
like I
going to
thought.
be the fact that
No, I'm joking.
was that? Fuck. So your news article was gonna be that news, as in like there might be
the
an
news
announcement or something
that
like that.
there will be news. Yeah, so Cerebi,
Okay,
one of the big Pokemon people, was like, Nintendo's doing a big announcement for Pokemon tomorrow that's going to shake up Pokemon forever.
Roger did talk about that on one of the other podcasts with me and him. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously I had a look this morning. I was just scrolling through Facebook on my 8-hour journey to work, and I was like,
I'm going on an
What's this?
adventure.
I'm going on an adventure, and yeah, just saw like, oh, and the Pokemon was just like, we're going to announce something, like keep an eye out in an hour. I'm like, cool, no worries. And then I saw a little thing on Facebook, and it was just about the new Pokemon. What was the shit one? Pokemon.
The shit
What's the
one.
the one we were ragging on before?
Quest.
Yeah, Pokemon Quest,
Ah,
and it
yes,
just looked like
Pokemon
blocky. And I'm like, oh, because that's the thing. I didn't. So I think they announced that first, and then they went into. So I saw that and had a look at it. Looked at the video. I was like, I'm like, I guess that's kind of cool. I might get it. It's Pokemon. Like, I just want to play something Pokemon. And then about like 30 minutes later, I looked again, and I was like, what's this? And I like watched the video. So they've announced a brand new Pokemon game on Switch, which is what everyone's waiting for, and it's OG, so it's Kanto region, and it's OG 150 Pokemon, and it looks freaking amazing.
Have you watched it yet, Jake?
No, but I'm back in on the original 150.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, man, so cool. So in the trailer, it's obviously just showing you a bit of gameplay, and it looks beautiful because it's Pokemon Yellow, isn't it?
Yeah,
basically.
remake of Yellow.
It's Pokemon Yellow remastered, 3D, looks incredible. They've taken away the Nathan, feel free to jump in as well because you're probably keen as fuck on this as well. I'm cool for you to take over me, but they've taken away the like random fights that come up when you go through the grass. Everything's like selected, so you choose.
So you can
you
can see the Pokemon walking like through the grass instead of the encounters. You can see
so
what
it's like
Pokemon's in there.
Yeah, taking advantage of the better graphics rather than just having like little flutters, so you can actually see. Looks amazingly built. Like the gameplay I saw, I'm 100% keen on. I guess it'll depend for me. Like I've pre-ordered it, so I chucked down a deposit on. So I'll say that. So they split it into two versions, like they usually do. So they've got Pokemon Pikachu and Pokemon Eevee, which is kind of cute. So I ordered the Pokemon Pikachu one, and also the other thing that kind of blew my mind was they've announced this. It's a controller that has like has a joystick on it, and it's a Pokeball. Have you seen any of this, Jake?
No, not at all.
Oh man! So this Pokeball, you use this controller, so you can just have the Switch sitting in front of you, and obviously you can just play this with one hand, so you can just like chill.
Yeah.
I think you need
fat
both.
game, boy.
Fat game,
Yeah.
one hand game, fat game strong. I'm like, yeah,
H
Pikachu,
game.
come here, boy.
Sweet.
There's electricity happening. So you can, so the little device. I think it's like $80. I was like,
Jesus.
Nintendo, whatever, like that's cool. It's $80, but I was like 10 to deposit. I'm like, I'm gonna play the shit out of this. So you can use it. It's like motion controlled as well. So when you go to throw a Pokeball in game,
Sweet.
you do the motion of the Pokeball and you throw it, and then depending on what Pokemon you catch, it's got a speaker in there that obviously has firmware and all the software inside. And depending on what Pokemon catch, it makes the noise, and it vibrates, and it like locks shut when you catch it. It just looks freaking amazing. So I've pre-ordered Pokemon Pikachu and the Pokeball because I'm like, I need this. Another thing that they've said is, which is kind of like, fuck, why did they do this to me? When you play Pokemon Go, things you catch in Pokemon Go, you can transfer to your Pokemon Pikachu or Eevee game, which is mental. And also you can use the Pokeball in Pokemon Go as well, so you can link it to your phone and play like that, which is mental. I love Nintendo, and like Nathan can be testament to this, but I just love like the ingenuity behind the decisions they make. Like I get the whole Labo, whatever the fuck it's called, that thing, like
Labo.
Some people are using it, it's kind of Labo, yeah. So it's kind of cool how you can, like I saw that Jimmy
Man,
Fallon
for the
did, like, a whole
demographic
band
that it's
thing.
for, man, it's perfect.
Yeah,
I've been
like,
reading a lot.
it's amazing,
into that.
yeah.
It's really good. It's good quality shit. And,
But like that's cool because it's like obviously it goes to a certain demographic, but then you've got the Pokeball and the new Pokemon game, which is easily like a kid can play that, and then also we can as well because we're like fuck, I get to play a Pokemon game. I get to play the OG Pokemon. You're like Pokemon Yellow. I get to play with the 150, and I get to throw a Pokeball every time I try and catch a Pokemon.
Oh my god!
Like
That's
it's
it.
just so cool. Like instantly, like straight away, you Roger, you were just like, I have to get a Switch now.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, you were probably waiting for a new one, but I think like we had the conversation the other day. I said I really want them to remaster. I really want them to remaster one of the OG ones because that'd be amazing. Because I feel like everyone's grabbing at what's the word? Like when you things from the past. Why am I retarded right now?
The what?
Come on, guys, help me out. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Fuck.
No, I don't know what you're trying to say. Are you having a stroke?
Antiques?
No, like things from the past and it reminds you. That's what everyone's going for.
Museums?
Fuck, hey, Nathan, help me.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh man. Call this episode "Things from the Past." ... Museums and antiques. Fuck. So everyone's trying to grab at some nostalgia. So I feel like them doing this was perfect because they're probably seeing how well like the mini SNES and stuff is doing because they obviously sold out like crazy. All of those editions, like there was. It's just
Yeah,
the
it
gameplay
like
looks
it's
amazing.
not
so
just
Jake,
a
you need to watch that
remaster;
shit.
it's a massive
Just
update
looked
on
at the
game.
controller. It looks amazing.
Yeah, how cool does that look, man? Like $80, and it's like $70. So I just put
That's
a $10
so
deposit.
sick.
Comes out November 11th or 13th, if I'm wrong. I don't know. Someone help me.
35th, I think it was.
Yeah. So, yeah, really keen. Does anyone else have anything else to say about it?
Yeah, I was looking into it a bit more after we saw the trailer there. So you can have Pokemon rides that were introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So if you remember pretty much any Pokemon game, any of the mainline ones, you get your HMs like Strength and Surf and shit like that, and then you teach the move to your Pokemon, and then you can't delete that move ever. You remember those?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in Pokemon Sun and Moon, instead of wasting a Pokemon on these, like wasting your moves on your Pokemon, so you can't really use him in fights, you can only use him for certain things like Surf and Strength and shit. What they've done is bring in ride Pokemons. So at first you get a Taurus that you can just ride around and he destroys rocks and shit like that, so you can get through places that you couldn't before. And then there's just a Lapras that you can ride to Surf. And then there's one of those dog Pokemons that like sniffers around for hidden items and shit like that. In this one, in that trailer, you can see the player riding a Charizard and an Onix. Looks fucking sick.
That's cool.
And also, when you're walking through and you see the Pokemon in the grass, you don't fight the Pokemon anymore. You'll be just catching the Pokemon like in Pokemon Go. You don't fight Pokemon anymore. You're still fighting Pokemon, but only Pokemon trainers. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Right.
That's cool.
yeah, so it's not just a remake of Yellow. So it's a massive rehaul of the overhaul of the whole thing. So look, just having the word Pokemon on there is enough for me. So yeah, I'm going in, boys. I'm going in. All in.
Yes. When do you reckon you'll get the Switch? Just right before it comes out, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just stack up some cash, and then whenever there's a good sale out there, I'll grab one.
What are they costing now?
But I think the cheapest I've seen is $380 with a game.
Really? $380?
Yeah, because I
What?
bought mine. Was it?
Osbargain.
Nah, hold on a sec.
Wait.
Let me check. Because I got mine from release, and I always look because I'm like, fuck, on release I got mine cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check EB Games. EB Games is probably not a good, very
Yeah, I don't know why you're going to.
Yeah.
Well, let me check the most expensive retail. Trying to rip off mums. That's why they do that with dogs.
Sons of bitches.
So
Yeah, there's gonna be
November 16th, Pokemon comes out.
Sweet. I was close.
Console deals. Yeah,
It's
so
gonna be an
yeah,
expensive time of the year.
so
Yeah.
$485
Oh yeah.
with
Fuck.
game
There's also a
at EB
bunch
Games.
of other shit. How much?
$485 at EB Games with a game. That's one of the deals they have.
Whoa.
So that includes
Oh, wow.
Mario Rabbids. So yeah, $485. So I paid $420 on release, and yeah, so the cheapest I've seen is $380. And for a Nintendo product, you know what it's
Yeah,
like. It never goes cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Yes.
for you just reminded me. I saw on, I think it was Press Start that had it. Target is clearing all their Wii U games, and it all, like, pretty much all of them are $5 if you can find them.
That's amazing.
That includes
yeah,
Breath
so
of the
actually.
Wild on Wii U.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if I find it, I'm
amazing.
grabbing it.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Can you order online on Target? Or?
No. I had a look.
Okay.
Nothing
Yeah.
there. But yeah, if you're in the Australia, go into your local Target, see what the fuck they have, and just spend at
Do you reckon-
$5 roonies.
Do you reckon people will price match that or not?
Ooh.
They'd
It'll
probably
be
sold
hard
out.
because it's not on the website, and it's like
Oh,
well
yeah.
stocked. Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
but yeah. Nathan, anything to add? You still alive, boy? Nope.
Good podcast, lit. So, next topic, Nathan, and it's just like silence for like 5 minutes. Fucking hell. Cool.
Nathan?
Is he joking or?
I don't know.
Do you reckon he's muted himself and fucked up? He's like, they won't notice.
Oh no.
He's
I
gone. He's
think-
gone for number 3. That's what he's done. God damn.
Yeah, he's still on the toilet and he's just flushing. So he's put the mute on.
What the fuck?
Well, this is awkward.
Maybe we should just keep going on the show because
Yeah.
so good time.
So confused. All right. Well,
Same here, dude.
I guess
Same
we'll skip the Mexican boy.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Wait, is he still?
I-
He's still there. Oh, let me.
Yeah, he's still in the call. Okay. Well, let's just move on without him.
Cool. Next topic. Cool. So yeah, Pokemon gonna be fucking sick. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm real keen.
I reckon I'm honestly gonna use that Pokeball like on the train and shit. Everyone's like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
Mate,
Was it
you
just
don't even
throw
want
it
to
at
speak
people's
to me
faces?
while you're on the train on the phone. You're
Mate,
not gonna.
this is
throw
the train.
around your
Yeah, I'm not gonna
fucking
be like,
Pokeball.
Be like, yeah, I'm catching this Pokemon, like screaming. I'm gonna be like playing with the fucking Pokeball.
You're not
Gotta
gonna
catch
do
him
that.
all!
Gotta catch him all, motherfucker! Like screaming at people, like, I got it. Love me. Fuck.
Turning your
Yes.
big cap around.
Oh, no.
Wow,
Definitely.
spinning my meat cap.
Ooh, hello.
Whoa, I don't know why I said that.
Ooh.
This is
So-
why you're not
Alright.
allowed on trains.
It seems
anymore.
we may have
Yeah, no
lost.
shit.
We may have lost Nathan, so we'll just move on without him, I guess. Sorry, Nathan.
Rip.
I
Can
don't
you
know if
play
Can you imagine he's just like listening to us? He's like, guys, I'm trying to say something.
I'm here.
Let's move on to the next topic. So
Play It's Been a Long Time Without You, my friend. After, like, during that bit. Thank you.
you're
that-
welcome. I will play it right now.
And done.
timestamp this.
And done. Timestamp. All done. Ready to go.
So are you gonna have to edit in a news story into this bit?
What do you mean?
Just, like, crop different things
Yeah.
Nathan said all together, like, I am
Nah,
talking about
fuck
this.
him. Nah, fuck him.
God damn.
I'm just gonna talk about my topic.
Lit. Done.
Did you? Yeah, you did. You tagged me in the collector's edition of Megaman 11, didn't you?
I did, saw that, and I was like,
Yeah.
rag. Do you know that was announced?
Yes. Did you watch the trailer?
No, I didn't.
Oh my lord. Oh
Look good?
my lord.
okay.
Either of you guys played Mega Man?
Yeah, I
we
played a
did
lot of the
once.
old ones.
The old ones? Yep. The OG ones where he's like little blocky blue dude. Yep.
That's the one.
Imagine that with updated graphics, still a side scroller. That's what it is. Fucking beautiful. Still same costume and everything.
Excellent.
It's just
Yeah.
updated graphics, and it's a brand new game, so it's not like remastered old one. Brand new entry in the series. Looks really good, and they're adding this new mechanic. I think they're calling it double gear, where you can sort of slow down time, because
Ooh.
like the big hook of Mega Man games is like it's a fucking really hard, fast-paced side scroller. So there's bits where you can like slow down time for a limited time, and like, you know, there might be an enemy that's like shooting like lightning bolts or something. You slow down, you dodge it, and then you shoot him. Shit like that. It looks really good.
awesome.
That's coming out. I think it was October. I can't remember now, but yeah, I was frothing over that. I will probably get it on. I don't know now since we just said I'm going to be getting a Switch. So what Finn tagged me in was there's going to be a special edition on the Switch where it comes with an amiibo of Megaman.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be like some in-game shit if you use the amiibo. So
Yeah, there was like some stickers and stuff, wasn't there?
Didn't
Look at it properly.
Nah, I didn't.
Nice.
I was
I
working.
just looked
Sorry.
at the amiibo. Looks cool though. No, that's right, baby.
Yeah.
The amiibo looks really nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll have a look into that. Either way, I'll be getting it. It just depends on. Yeah. It's just a matter of what console it'll be on.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it there. I think that's
Perfecto, my friend.
yeah. Short
Do you
and
reckon it'll be
sweet.
as challenging as the previous entries?
Yeah, definitely. Like if you watch it, it's
That's
straight
the
up.
hook.
It's straight up old school Mega Man.
Mm,
Just updated graphics
that's cool.
and
That's rad.
yeah, a couple of new
Yeah.
mechanics here and there, but it fucking looks so good. I'm so excited.
Oh, it's getting
Yeah,
released in October.
It is October. Yeah.
God damn.
Oh.
That end of the year, I'm scared because E3.
Yep.
If anyone goes, oh, this is coming out in
Bethesda.
3 months.
Everyone's gonna do
Yeah, no
Bethesda
shit.
drops. Beyonce
gonna
drops are
talk-
now called
we're gonna-
Bethesda drops.
Pretty drops. Are we going to talk about that at all? It's like literally a 2-second thing.
What's that?
Bethesda.
Beyonce drops
or-
or
Yeah, Beyonce drops. So,
hang on, what are you talking
Bethesda-
about? I don't know what you're talking about. I missed that one.
you actually not know?
No,
Oh, did you? So, I can't tell if you're joking or not. But yeah, so
I'm not
Bethesda.
joking.
They were doing a live strizzle of, it was like literally the Fallout bobblehead and
Yep.
like a screen that
Yep.
had please stand by. And then
Yep.
like all day, they just like posted a please stand by TV as well. So obviously something's going to get announced V soon.
Bethesda
most
Fallout
likely-
stream is entertaining 140,000 people. So it's just on please stand by still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
kinda cool.
thought the next big news was not going to be about Fallout.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, it's
surely
just
Elder
says please
Scrolls.
stand by. So could be.
Wait,
Yeah, I don't know.
there's a man in a Skyrim t-shirt whispering into the bobblehead's ear.
So he's like, they must be fucking with a
A
bunch of people
woman
as well.
playing
So everyone's
with
assuming
balloons,
certain things.
a big creepy plush head, a man wearing a Pit Boy on his wrist, a disturbing Void Boy puppet, return of the puppet,
Right?
a box of balloons dumped into the room, and I'm overreading these little messages.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
So
Cool,
right
cool,
at this moment, Pip-Boy is asleep in bed with his eyes open. So that's good to know.
Is that what's happening right now?
Right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm confused. Oh, I don't want another Fallout.
You don't?
No.
I don't either, because I
want another
I got
Elder
Fallout
Scrolls,
4,
man. I need that next
Yeah,
gen
man.
Elder Scrolls, bruh.
maybe they're fucking with everyone. Bethesda's pretty good at that.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know what it is. Sure,
Yeah,
it
they
can't.
are.
It can't be another Fallout. It can't.
Yeah,
Fallout
you'd think
4?
so. I don't
No
know.
way. No way. I'm confused.
Yes,
Anyway,
we'll see, my
we'll see.
friend.
Yeah, I did not see that at all.
Mhm.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, Shit.
Yeah. Okay.
well, that's
we'll see.
my extra news.
Is
for
it
that.
is it
It's
is
been
it
a
a
lot, man.
countdown or like a timer? or-
No, literally, it's
No.
literally
Nah.
just that.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. No doubt. Yep.
All right, that's our news topics for the week, boys and girls. Let's move on to the next
we're not going to do
segment.
any more.
Hey,
Wait,
Hey.
what the fuck?
what the fuck happened to you, man?
What's up? What do you mean?
Fuck off.
Oh, are you guys
Again,
talking to me?
like, just fuck off again. Thank you. No, what happened? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I was just taking a quick nap. No.
Roger, do me a favour. Click on Nathan's name in the Skype thing and just delete this. Oh, wow. We're like,
Did you guys,
yeah,
did
cool,
you guys
so-
actually talk to me?
yeah,
Yeah.
no shit, dickhead. We're like, oh yeah, so next topic is Nathan.
I didn't hear that at all.
Wow.
You weren't listening to anything we said then.
We were
Dog.
talking
No,
to
I
you
was
for
listening to you
a
talk
long
about
time.
Pokemon and stuff, and I was like, yeah, cool.
Go back to Greasy Code,
No,
piece
you
of
weren't,
shit.
because we were still talking about it.
Yeah, we were like asking for your opinion on Pokemon, and you just didn't respond. And
Like,
we
oh,
were just
yeah, what do you
like,
think about this, Nathan?
Ah, fantastic. Great opinion. I agree with you 100%.
Fucking hell. This is the best episode. Like, oh, finally have everyone back. Except no.
He's like, what do you
Just
mean? We're
quick
done with
naps.
news topics? What?
You mean we started the podcast?
Well, good timing, I guess. What is your
It's
news
time for my
topic,
topic.
you piece
Gotcha.
of shit? And he's gone again.
Naps save lives.
Are you gone again? Because I
What
will
do you
kill
mean?
you.
What did you say to me?
Oh,
I'm
God.
confused.
I said, what's your
I
news
thought we bullied
topic?
him into leaving again.
Oh, did you want to talk about a news topic? Because we can move on.
Well, I did about half an hour ago.
Okay. Well, my news topic was
Yep. Was?
my news topic was just that they confirmed a Boba Fett movie.
They what?
Ah, confirmed a
Confirmed
Boba
a
Fett
Boba
movie.
Fett movie.
Ah. What else is there about this announcement? Is there anything like director, release window?
Yeah. So the person who's writing it and directing it
Yep.
is the director of Logan.
Oh, yes, that's right. I knew that. Idiot.
James.
Idiot.
What's his name?
Lord.
Yeah,
Manifold?
James Manigold.
Ness.
James Manigold.
Yeah,
cool.
That's
Keen.
exciting. So he's writing and directing?
Correct.
Ah, interesting.
Yes.
I think
I'm really, really torn because there's two things that I want. There's if you look at the kid who played Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones,
yeah.
and in Clone Wars,
Yeah.
he actually is of a decent age to do like a young Boba Fett, like a mid-20s ish Boba Fett,
Yeah.
which could be really, really cool. But the other thing is, in the expanded universe originally, before Disney got rid of all of the EU, we actually had like a post Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, where he actually climbed out of the Sarlacc pit and he moved on with his life and went into hiding.
Oh.
And I'm like kind of torn between whether I want a Boba Fett prequel with Daniel Logan, who played
Post-Sarlacc
Boba Fett in
pit.
Attack of the Clones,
or
or a sequel with the original actor from Attack of the Clones, Temuera Morrison, playing like an old, gruff Boba Fett, just trying to survive in a world with like scoundrels and other bounty hunters and
I
people
don't
trying
think
to
they'll
find
do
him.
that.
Because
No way they're gonna do
I'd
that.
be keen.
Would be
I'd be
keen, but
so
I don't
keen.
think they would do that. The
I think
prequel
that-
sounds more likely, I guess. But what do I know? I would 100% be keen on like. Actually, it sounds more like down the alley of a Logan guy, if it was like a
Yeah.
post Sarlacc
Old
pit.
grizzled
Yeah,
Boba
exactly what I was
Fett.
thinking. Like he knows how to work
Yeah.
perfectly with the color on Tatooine, because they obviously got the desert of like New Mexico and stuff,
Yeah.
or Mexico, which could be really, really interesting. And adding to that his affinity for fantastically gross action,
Yeah.
I'd be keen. I'd be so keen. And the thing about it is, what I've actually been thinking a lot about Solo, because we obviously saw it this past weekend, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in more detail later. But one of the big things is I'm sort of in Finn's boat, where I think they did play it a bit too safe. Like it's a perfectly fine movie and it does the job, but like they could have done something more and they didn't. And I'm hoping that like they take more risks with Star Wars. Like that's why I love The Last Jedi, is because it's so different.
Yeah.
It still has that Star Wars that I love, but on top of that, you've got something a little bit new and different. So
Yeah.
that's why Last Jedi really, really stuck with me. And Solo was fantastic for what it was, but I feel like I really would appreciate it more if it was something new.
Yeah.
And I hope that Boba Fett is something new and fresh as well. Like I like the Star Wars heist film, and it's like we were talking about the original. Like we're gonna have a Star Wars movie every year until we die. Like everything needs to be different. I was talking with one of my other mates who loves Star Wars, and we're just thinking about all the ways that Star Wars directors can take Star Wars into new genres aside from just sci-fi action epic. Like the whole heist movie works really, really well for Star Wars. There's a lot of Clone Wars episodes that are like that. There's bounty hunter episodes in Clone Wars that are fantastic as well, that are pretty much self-contained films in and of themselves. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity there to have something like that.
Yeah, that will be. I'm pretty excited for it. Like, obviously, a lot of people have been wanting more from Boba Fett. It's like fucking minimal as character in the movies, but he's very much beloved by the community there. So yeah, it'll be really cool to see more of him. Pretty excited. Do we have a release window or just that?
Well, we've got episode 9 coming out next Christmas, and then Boba Fett will come out the Christmas after.
That's weird now that we have such a big gap.
Yeah, I think that Solo definitely could have used a Christmas release. Like, they really could have used a lot more time to build up the hype.
I don't know why they
get around the
did
marketing.
that, especially like because it's been working so well for them. I don't know why they did that, but well, the fuck do I
Competing with
know?
Deadpool too.
Yeah,
I think what
it's
they're
a
trying
weird
to
decision.
do is... Well, that was one of the things that really hurt Solo in the box office as well, is the fact that they released it so close to Infinity War and just after Deadpool. Like,
Yeah.
as of right now, there's not a lot releasing over the Christmas period, so they actually would have dominated the box office, which they actually have. Like, Solo is the #1 movie in the world right now.
Is it?
It's
What?
going shit
Yeah,
as fuck at the box office.
Yeah,
man,
what are you
compared to what
talking
they thought.
It's
Yeah, I
horrible.
thought it ain't shit.
Disney's stock
Didn't
dropped
do that bad.
today.
Yeah, it
Disney's
did.
stock
Like,
dropped
it
today
didn't-
because of
It
how
didn't
it's
meet
going.
projections. It
No.
didn't meet projections, but it's still doing like decent.
It's still not. It's not #1 in the box office, dude.
They put it on their Instagram
Remember-
today, #1 movie in the world.
Yeah, because we were looking the other day, remember, and it was like
Yeah.
it was like #3.
I
I don't know if that was a release or something. Because it's like I read an article today. It was saying like basically it's doing way under projections. It's like failing at the box office. They said in comparison, and then they said
Yeah,
like
even
Disney stock dropped
internationally
because of
as
it.
well.
It's
Yeah,
not horrible.
that's
Like they're
also-
still gonna make their money back.
Apparently it
Yeah.
bombed in China.
Yeah, I
like
saw
hardcore.
that. Yeah,
Fuck, that's crazy.
Ugh.
real bad. If you know what
I
they
just sent
say,
you guys
if
their
you can't
Instagram
make it in
post.
China, eat a
You're a
vagina.
vagina.
For China. Oh,
That is actually my
amazing.
family's motto.
And my family coat of arms.
It's tattooed on my chest.
No regret. Fuck.
Such is life.
Amazing.
That's
Such is
great.
life.
Very good. Very
Um,
good.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
right. It's #1 in the world this
Wow.
weekend.
That's fucking right,
That's
cunts.
weird.
I feel like it's still. doing
Oh,
shit
who's
as
breathing
fuck
in their
as
mic
it
like a
is.
fucking
Yeah.
mouth breather?
Cool.
Sorry,
mouth breather.
that might have been me.
Ooh,
God damn it, mouth breather.
goddamn mouth breather.
Sorry.
Man.
Yes, new Boba
Yeah.
Fett movie. Keen. So that'll be what 2020, right?
Yep.
Quick
And then
math.
hopefully 2021 or 2022 for Kenobi.
Yeah, fuck. Come
Yeah,
on,
true.
surely. Like, what are you doing?
McGregor though looks perfect right now for him. It's needs to be done.
Yeah, surely
Yeah.
they're doing that. They're better. Ooh, is it raining outside? Holy shit, it's pouring.
Yeah, so guys, sorry, I'm
Quick
just looking
weather
at the box
maps.
office earnings for Solo right now.
Yep.
It's made 103 million domestically, plus 69 million foreign. So worldwide, it's 172.6 million.
Mhm.
Opening weekend, yeah. So for its opening weekend, it's #1.
It's like a new
Deadpool
movie,
came
but
out
I mean
the
like,
weekend before.
and that would have been. But I just like everything I've read is like it's fucking like
Not
shit
doing
in the
well.
box office.
Yeah.
As in like comparison to what they spent and what they expected.
Mhm.
Like for a company to drop stock because of it, obviously something's not.
Something's
Oh,
not
but
right.
that
yeah.
happens whenever something doesn't meet its projection. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
208 million instead of 230. That's got to happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, well.
I'm just trying to be edgy and
So
cool.
the budget of the movie was
Trendy.
250 million.
The what? Sorry.
The budget of the movie was 250 million.
So yeah, obviously
it's
they
on-
want to make the money back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on 169 million. So it'll probably make its money back while it's in the cinemas, but it's really being hurt by fucking bullshit. And it's actually
Infinity War.
the most expensive Star Wars movie to make.
Oh, really?
Last
Fuck,
Jedi,
these-
The Last Jedi
Bullshit.
cost 220 million. The Force
What?
Awakens
What
cost
the
245
How did that money cost that much?
because of reshoots and firing directors and hiring new directors and
Yeah.
Man, that's fucking
all of that shit. It's literally like
the-
Justice League. Justice League is the most, well, I think the third most expensive movie
Yeah.
of all time. It's the it's the most expensive movie of all time. But when you
Yeah.
adjust for inflation, a bunch of
Yeah.
older movies are more expensive.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah,
That's
it's
mental.
literally it cost $1 billion to make. Like it was fucked.
God
Jesus.
damn it.
Justice
Yeah.
League was just
Tis
cancer
League.
for the whole.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't. Yeah.
Still have
I
not
guess
watched
we'll talk
it.
about
Yeah,
Solo
don't watch
later,
it.
but yeah, like I wouldn't. Justice League, just nah.
You know what? Let's move on
Comparison
to
to-
the next topic then, because
Yeah.
then we can talk about it.
Oh, super quick, Saz.
What?
About box office.
Yes.
So, Avengers
Yes.
Infinity War has made $1.92 billion now,
God damn. Have you seen it,
and they're
Jake?
projecting
Avengers, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good boy.
like
good
7
boy.
times. Fuck yeah. So yeah, it's made 1.9. They're projecting, dependent on the only thing they're not worried about they're going to hit 2 billion, but they're worried about what it's going to be like when Jurassic drops, which is in like 2 weeks as well.
Yeah.
I don't think
Because that's
Jurassic
gonna
World will have
take
as
away
big
from
an
Solo.
opening.
Like Jurassic, I reckon it'll be pretty big, man.
Yeah.
As
I think
big.
it'll have a big opening, but I don't think it has a chance against Infinity War. And the reason being is
no.
when
Well,
they
that's not what I'm
first
saying at all.
started.
No. I mean, like when, like, as in Infinity was worried, like not a battle of like who's going to make how much. It's more like because that's dropping, less
It's
people are
going
going to
to
go and
affect-
see Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
I
So that's
understand.
what they're worried about.
I
Like, yeah. No
Yeah.
way is it going to make 2 billion.
When is
If it does,
do you guys
fuck.
know when Infinity War's run is ending?
I think it's just after.
No.
It's maybe like a month after Jurassic, isn't it?
When does Jurassic come out?
In, 2
June
weeks.
the 20th or something.
Fuck, so we've got Jurassic World and The Incredibles 2 as well.
Yeah,
Coming
man,
out
I'm
in
keen.
June.
There's so many good movies.
In July we've also got Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Is that July,
That
is
looks
it?
rad.
Pretty sure it's like July 5th, or it could be like
Keen.
June 27th maybe.
Fuck.
I'll
Such a
check
good
the
year.
release date on it now.
Such a good year.
Yeah, we have been spoilt this year for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. All right, we're at 48
Fifth-
minutes.
5th of July.
Let's move on. Okay, guys. Another new segment. Nathan named this one. This one is called What You Watching.
What are you watching?
In this one, we talk about what TV shows, movies we've been watching and what video games we've been playing, stuff like that. Before we talk about the big thing, which is Solo that we saw on Monday night, Jake, have you watched anything new or played anything interesting this week? Last week?
I don't have normal TV, so I only watch what Netflix provides.
Ooh,
So
All of
lately-
us as well, my
Oh.
friend.
I've been
Some
watching
big
the
spender
new
over
Archer,
here.
and by the new Archer, I mean the one that's a season old. Dreamland.
Any good?
I could take it or leave it.
I've never been a fan of Archer. I don't know. It just
Yeah,
never grew on me.
I always thought it was like pretty like decent to fill time. Like I don't think I've ever watched it and like bawled my eyes out at how funny it was, like I have with things like Big Mouth or anything like that. But it's okay. Like I actually literally was watching it to fall asleep when I told you I was coming home to get
That's
back.
another thing I need to
I put
finish. I've never
I put on
finished Big
season
Mouth.
8 and oh fuck.
No,
Sorry, go on.
I'm a big fan of
I've been
Archer.
into it.
Like,
Yeah.
I do laugh out loud at it, but this is just kind of beating those same jokes.
Oh,
Didn't really do it for me at all.
yeah. God damn
It's
it.
depressing.
How many seasons do they have now?
Well, there's
9.
8 on Netflix.
Yeah, 8 on Netflix.
9 seasons. Wow. Not
And then I
bad,
think they're making a
not bad.
10th now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just coming back to that.
Mhm.
Sorry, just give me one sec. I'm just googling something quickly. Did you guys hear about what the voice actor of Archer did a little while back?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't even know who it
God,
is.
he's not on the fiddling list, is he?
No. Okay. So
Diddlin' and fiddlin'.
Did
One
One of
Liffey.
Kevin
This is-
Spacey's.
this is
Ooh.
literally amazing. So I actually have some homework for you guys. Okay. So H. John Benjamin, the voice actor for Archer, Bob's Burgers, he's done a bunch of shit. You guys know who he is, yeah? He recently released a jazz album.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Really?
Now, yes. Now, this jazz album is called. Are you ready for it? Are you ready?
Yes.
It's called
Oh.
I Should Have Learned How to Play the Piano. And essentially,
okay.
the gist of this is what he did was, I'm going to send you guys a link in a second. I'm just Googling it to get the actual name of the album because it's something like that. But essentially, what he did was he woke up one morning and said, I have never recorded a jazz album. I'm going to record a jazz album. So he called up a bunch of people who owed him some favors, called in a bunch of mates and was like, hey guys, I got like a group of like 5 of the top jazz players in America, got him into a room and said, we're going to record these songs. And then he made them play. And then he improvised on the piano, having never played a piano in his entire fucking life. It is incredible too.
Way.
It's one of the best jazz albums I've ever heard.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Is it on
I'm getting the
Spotify?
album right now, so I can send you guys. Okay, so it's called Well, I Should Have Learned. It's called Well, I Should Have. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
And then the subtitle is Learn to Play the Piano. Well, I should have. And it's funny
I've
because
added it
to
to my Google Music library.
yeah, I'm sending Roger and Finn a link to it in the group chat now. I can send it in Skype too. Copy link.
Amazing.
It's incredible. Like it's like yeah, it's so hard to explain because like it's so weird that he did that. But on top of that, it's actually like it's really good jazz too because the guys who are playing it are like some of the top players. The band that he combined with is a band called Jazz Daredevil, and yeah, if you listen to it, even the stuff without his like shitty improvising is awesome. And literally, like song number 1 is called "Deal with the Devil," and it's like a skit. Aziz Ansari plays the devil, and he plays himself, and he makes a deal with the devil. He's like, "Hey man, I want to learn how to play the piano," and Aziz Ansari is like, "Nah," and then he's like, "But I'm recording tomorrow." He's like, "So?" And so he goes and he records, and like the first, yeah, it's really good.
That's awesome.
That's so
but
cool.
yeah, that's your homework, guys. Listen to that; it is really, really good.
We'll do, definitely.
There's 4 songs on the album that are called "I Can't Play Piano." Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4.
Wow.
What a loose unit.
It's so good.
That's
It's
cool.
like, who does that? I remember I guess came across it randomly. Like I think I was actually watching like clips from Archer or behind the scenes. Like, you know when you're just on that weird side of YouTube where you've just been watching a bunch of random shit.
The rabbit hole.
Yeah, it usually happens to me when I'm watching like Conan O'Brien videos, or like I'll start with like Stephen Colbert ranting about Donald Trump, and then it'll take me to like all these old, what's it called, Team Coco videos, and Conan O'Brien is just there, and I'm pretty sure it was Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon or something that was talking to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a new album," and I was like, "What?" And then I listened to it on the way to work, and I was like, "This is really fucking good."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Watch anything else? Played anything else, Jake?
I've been playing God of War.
Oh, that's right.
Woo!
Yeah, what do you
Mate
think?
from work lent it to me.
Yep.
Honestly, at the start, I wasn't into it.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I've been used to playing games like half paying attention, listening to podcasts, doing other bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I focused on it and started fighting the way you're supposed to fight, like I just fell in love with it and how immersive it is with like your son and the conversations and all that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, fucking masterpiece, man. It's so great. How far into it are you? How long have you played for?
I've played for probably
spoiling.
about 12 hours.
Ooh.
And
Good work.
geez, I don't know how to tell you where I am without ruining where I am.
Do what
Well,
Nathan did.
we've all finished
Nathan
it.
just drops one word. So his first one was, what was the first one? Turtle?
But, sorry, Finn, have you finished the game? You finished the game.
Finn
Yeah.
finished it. Yep.
Okay, so why are we
That's
not
fine.
spoiling?
Because listeners might not have played.
Oh, yeah, no, fair enough.
Wow, this
I was
guy. This guy.
Like, oh, we're just chatting.
So,
about
who
it.
else is there in the
Conversation
world
with each
aside from myself and my 3 friends?
Wow.
That's right, Jake, we're friends now.
Yes,
Oh, he's like, yo.
I've made it. I can tell you that
Mum,
the
I made it!
the statue of Thor is not in good shape.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
And
Snake?
just still loving it.
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, glad you're enjoying it, man.
Best game of this generation.
Oh,
Fucking-
big call.
Nah, fucking done.
100%. Even if it's
Kids.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't
Nah,
think of any.
I've
Nothing-
still
What if Days
got
Gone is better?
yeah.
Or Spider-Man?
Metal Gear Solid 5 above it.
What? Really?
Yeah,
I'm
I can't
pretty
talk.
in
I
love
haven't
with it.
played it. but-
You were massively into.
Really?
Were you massively into MGS
Yep.
ages ago, or
Yeah,
yeah,
all
that's
of
why
them.
then. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's exactly
You can
right. Whereas this
you
is
can
the first
play
God
Metal
of
Gear
War
Solid.
I've ever played.
It's actually the first God of War that I played as well, but I fell in love with it instantly. But sorry, to come back to MGS, you've obviously played all of them up until 5?
Yep.
Do you need to have played all of them to get 5, or can you just jump into 5?
None of them makes sense
No.
anyway.
It's Asian, so
No, you don't need to
It's an
know
Asian
what's
out of
going
10.
on before that one. Because it's kind of one of the prequels.
Fuck. I own it. I haven't touched it. Interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe one day I'll
I've
play
been
it.
keen. I nearly actually
Oh.
got the special edition with the arm.
Mhm.
Like I really
Oh.
was really keen for that game, but it's just another one of those things where
It's too
there's
big.
just so much game.
Yep.
Yeah.
much
And
game.
I know
Cannot
that
handle.
I would love it, but it's just it's the Witcher of third person shooters. Like it's fucking
Yep.
massive.
Yeah.
And
you-
I haven't seen one bad review for the game. I think the multiplayer was a bit lackluster, but aside from that, like the game
Yeah.
was perfect. But that's
Yep.
the thing, with these games, that they don't really require multiplayer. They tack them on, so nobody really cares that much.
No, not at all. I nearly bought that after listening to you guys talk about all your trophies and bobbleheads and all that. Like
Trophies
I was,
and bobbleheads.
yeah, you did an
Do you
episode
mean
about
collectibles?
your pop vinyls and stuff like that.
oh yeah.
Yes, collectibles. Good word. Antiques.
Museums. Talking about all your
Yeah,
museums.
But I set it on buying Snake and Diamond Dog statues.
Wait, I thought you did buy them.
No, I didn't buy the arm. The arm was like $300.
Oh, but you bought those.
Yeah, I bought those.
Right, okay. I thought you were saying you didn't buy them. I was like, motherfucker, you told me you bought them.
You're a fucking liar, Jake.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, maybe one day I'll jump in. It's just, so much to...
I got a copy.
So much to already... I've got it. That's what I'm saying. I've got it. I haven't touched it. Because it was free on PSN, so on PS Plus, so I've got it. But, yeah, just haven't played it yet. Interesting, though, that you think it's better than God of War, though.
It's
That
a lot
was,
like
like,
God of War, where
very
it just
highly
feels
rated.
complete.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing that's like, oh, that's kind of dodgy. It just feels firm and like
I
you're
think-
there.
I think that it's really good that you have your own opinion, but I just want you to know that you're wrong.
Oh!
Hasn't played the game.
Good stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah. Anything else, Jacob?
A bit of H1Z1 over the weekend,
Yeah.
which is
I think
pretty cool.
Yeah, we should. We still haven't played anything. Oh no, that's a lie. We did play Radical Heist together. That's the first game we've ever played together. We've
Yeah, I don't know why we don't play more
playing
together.
online for years. We never do it, which is really weird. Really weird.
Really, really weird.
Yeah, but yeah, we should. I don't even think I have you on PlayStation, but yeah, we should get a team together and play. Should be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Finn, did you say you got it? You downloaded it, but you haven't played it yet?
Yeah, just
Yep,
downloaded, sitting
cool.
there.
Are you getting in as well,
Check it in.
Nathan? It's free.
H1Z1.
Do you know anything about it?
I feel like I saw it on Steam like years ago. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's an old
Yes.
game. The Battle Royale mode is free on PlayStation 4.
Man, Battle Royales though.
Yeah, but it's like if you think Fortnite is too intense, you play that because there's no building.
It's like the
Right.
middle ground between the arcadiness of Fortnite and the realism of PUBG.
Yeah,
Isn't H1Z1? I thought that was like a zombie IP.
it
Or
is.
am I just
It
wrong?
is.
It
No, it
was.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so is
They've,
the Battle Royale element of it got
Correct.
any sort of zombie element? Or
No. So they split the game in two. H1Z1 is the Battle Royale, and then they're releasing Just Survive, which is the zombie wave defense.
Yeah.
So they just wanted to cash in on the.
On
Yep.
the
Battle Royale.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind
I'm not
of
getting that.
rough around the edges, but it's still it's pretty fun. It's just third person shooter. There's no building or anything. You drop onto the map, you pick up weapons, and there's vehicles as well, which is cool. So you can jump into a 4-wheel drive with your whole team and go around and kill other people. It's pretty fun.
And it's still new enough where there's not thousands of amazing players.
Yeah, exactly. I
Smash
killed
you.
someone in my first game, and I was like, "Oh shit!" That
Oh,
did
that's
not
so
happen
rad.
in Fortnite.
Took me about 30 games to kill someone in PUBG.
Oh god, I still haven't played PUBG ever.
Oh, it's amazing.
I don't want to
Still
pay
playing
money
it on
for a
the
battle
phone.
royale. I feel like it's a yeah. You shouldn't spend money on a battle royale.
it's
They
a
should,
yeah.
they should all be free.
Ugh,
That's the right model,
I don't know about that.
the best model. And then if you like it, you
And
spend
then just
money.
add. Yeah, true.
Because
Yeah,
Because
that's
even after playing a couple of games of Fortnite, I was kind of like,
Fortnite.
ooh, I kind of like what everyone's wearing. I kind of want to wear a couple of things.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind spending a bit of money.
it's $15.
Isn't
man.
that-
It's $15.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
like Rocket League. I was happy to pay in some of those cars and stuff because
yeah.
I love how much the
Mm.
game.
Yeah, when I paid like what was it, 99 cents for the Back to the Future car. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
rad.
cool with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
so good.
Fuck, Rocket
Um,
League's so good.
So
Yeah,
good.
that progression system does make Fortnite.
Oh,
Like, I didn't know I
it's
needed
genius.
that until...
Genius.
Yeah, it really is genius.
Do you guys know how it works? The battle pass
No, I was
stuff?
just about to ask.
So
Yeah, can you
basically,
explain it to me?
you have like a chart that shows you every time you level up. You have what they call tiers, right? So you get when you level up your player, basically. When you level up, you get a certain amount of stars. Okay, and
Oh,
then you complete challenges.
kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all challenges. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
levels. It's just
level.
challenges.
Yeah, but levels give you stars as well. And then you complete. Yeah, they do. Don't fuck with me, boy.
I'll just shut my big mouth.
You level up, you get stars. You complete challenges, you get stars as well. Okay, and then when you get a certain amount of stars, I think it's 10 stars. No, that's a lie too. Get a certain amount of stars, you move on to the next tier. Okay, so then you have this chart that shows you every time you get to a certain tier, you unlock something. So that could be an emote, could be a skin, something like that. Okay. So it's all cosmetic. If you don't have the battle pass, it's just like every 10 or 15 tiers, you unlock something. If you get the battle pass, there's a lot more unlockables. So all these skins that you've seen, it's people that have the battle pass. So you know exactly what you'll be unlocking. There's no loot boxes or whatever. So I know,
That's cool.
yeah, I know exactly. I'm like a few tiers away from getting like a new backpack or something like that. So good, it's perfect. So it's,
And you have to play the game to get the good stuff. Like, there's no buying the good stuff.
you can,
cool.
yeah, you can buy stuff, but that same stuff you'll be able to unlock during by playing the game. But what was I trying to say? I don't know where I was going with this. Oh yeah, the stuff that you can buy, you're buying exactly that. You're not buying a chance to unlock that. It's not a loot box.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I think it's perfect. I looked at it, I go, okay, I like this stuff. I'm going to put in $15. And some of these unlockables are the in-game currency. So if you actually just play the game, you get enough virtual currency, the V-Bucks, to buy the next battle pass for next season. So you only really buy it once, and if you keep playing the game, you'll have enough money to get the battle pass next season. That's my story.
I like that.
How did we get
That's
there?
awesome. Talking
Uh,
about
Dope
spending money on
progression.
things.
The PUBG doesn't have.
Yeah, H1Z1.
H1Z1,
That's it.
boy,
That's the one.
Battle Royales.
Yeah,
Good
that's it.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. Yes,
I've
go
been
on.
watching a lot.
Have you? Finn,
Yeah.
what have you been watching, man?
Watching.
Ow.
No, I'm joking.
You fuck.
Oh, that felt good. Sorry, Nathan.
Mr. Chicken.
Go on, sir.
I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to go,
You're
Mr.
a
Stark.
monster.
I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good.
Guys,
Turning
too
dark.
soon.
Too soon. Fuck.
Man, you know what actually made me really, really happy?
What's that?
When my family went and watched Infinity War, the person who it affected the most was my baby sister. And, like, she grew up with, obviously, a bunch of boys in her family, so she's a massive nerd, and I love that. When I go and visit them, I walk around the house, and my sister's walking around in, like, baggy Star Wars T-shirts, like my T-shirts that I left at home. It's just the cutest
Yeah.
thing ever. I'm just like, oh, I love you.
It's adorable.
However, I recently took a 20-hour flight.
Yes.
And on that 20-hour flight, I needed to fill my time with things that weren't just Nintendo Switch and masturbation. So we decided
¿Por qué no
we were
los
gonna
dos?
Ba-ba-da-da-da.
there's only so many solids you can nut
Wow.
before it starts to hurt.
Oh, what the fuck?
And they wouldn't let me take my lube on the plane.
Jordan,
Ooh.
stop.
So you gotta take
Jordan,
a small look.
stop.
I've done-
Dad, please.
It's too much. Yeah, sorry.
Dad, stop.
So what were you watching on the plane during?
So I
After
watched a lot of
and before.
movies on the plane.
Yeah.
For what was it that I watched? Because I watched a lot of stuff. I actually managed to finally watch Shape of Water,
Mhm.
which was beautiful. No spoilers. I think you guys will love it. It's kind of weird, but I love it for being weird. Like, definitely deserved like one of the, I think, movie of the year. I don't know if it's one of the greatest. I don't know if it was the best movie I saw last year, but it was up there. It was really good. You know, if you guys have seen other Del Toro stuff like Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that, you sort of get the idea of what you're in for. It's just really wacky and weird, and it's just nice. Like, it just feels fresh. Everything Guillermo del Toro does just has a nice, unique touch to it. And I think that definitely helped the movie a lot.
Mhm.
I also watched I, Tonya,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
which is the story of Tonya Harding with Margot Robbie playing her.
Mhm.
And I think that it was a good movie. It's not quite what I expected. It's literally like, it's based on interviews that she had after what went down. So you guys know the story of Tonya Harding at all?
Nope.
No idea, and I kind of don't read it. Maybe
Oh,
I'll
what?
not listen. Because I kind of want to just watch it. Do you reckon it'd be good if I just watched it? If it
Yeah, I
didn't
mean, I
count?
knew nothing about her, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I reckon you'll appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Essentially, the only thing that I'm sure you guys know is that she was an ice skater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while she was very controversial for certain reasons, and the movie delves into the reasons of her controversialness. And I think the movie was pretty solid. I reckon I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I'll give
shit.
Shape of Water a 9
awesome.
out of 10. And I'll give I, Tonya
Yeah.
a 7.5 out of 10. On top of that, I watched The Prestige.
Dope.
Is that-
movie.
Guys. The Prestige.
Good
I had
movie.
never seen this movie before, and I bought it on DVD. Like, I've got it to watch. I just never got around to it.
Oh,
It was incredible. I loved it so much.
so good. I love that movie. It's one of those, like,
Yeah.
And
it was back in the day when
twist-
Civic Video was a thing. And I went and hired that movie, not knowing anything, and I watched it. I was like, holy shit. Mind
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the twist, the
This-
twist got me. Like, I didn't see that coming.
Now people know there's a twist. Why you do this, man? Fuck.
If you haven't seen The Prestige by now, you're just me.
Have you seen it, Finn?
Gangster
Yeah, he has.
movie?
We talked about it.
No, like
Magicians.
movie.
Magician.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen
Magic gangsters.
Yeah.
You haven't seen
Gangsters.
Christopher Nolan's... It's Christopher Nolan's, like,
Magiciansters.
second movie.
it.
Real good
Maybe
movie.
Christopher
I-
Nolan did his
I have a-
directorial
I have a
debut, I'm pretty sure, was
horrible memory.
Memento.
What year did it come out?
Wait, what
Don't
year
ask
is
me,
it
man.
now?
Because, like, there's a few years I'm missing from alcohol, and that's probably one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, good time.
Well, I'm kind of jealous because I would love to rediscover that movie.
It was
Well, I-
2006.
Movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Um,
Dead to the world.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But that, have you seen Memento, Finn? with Guy Pearce?
Yes.
That was another amazing movie by Christopher Nolan.
I have not
he
seen
just
it yet.
Memento. It does like a weird. It's like very unique in the way that it's shot and edited. It's wacky, man. You got to watch it. It's really, really interesting.
I will add it to the list.
Because like it has like a gimmick for how it was shot and how it works. And if you look it up, you'll find out. I won't tell you because it'd actually be really cool to just watch it and be like, "What the hell's going on?" But you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Cool.
yeah, so I watched The Prestige, and I would give that a solid 9 out of 10. I watched a movie called 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yes. How was that?
Incredible movie.
Looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Really good. It just, I think that one of the things that really got me about it is like, the story of. Do you guys want to know what the actual like premise is? Like a little blurb of the movie. I'm sure you guys have heard a little bit of it. So essentially, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. I think about like a year prior to the movie starting, a woman's daughter was raped and murdered, and they never found the killer. So the start of the movie is her driving to her house, seeing 3 empty billboards, and then going to the like, what's it called, marketing, manufacturing shit place to buy the billboards. And she rents them
Advertising
out for the
agency.
year. That one. Why didn't you come in sooner before I sounded like a foreign person? The guy can't speak English.
Spanish? Espanol.
Because porque no los dos. Da, 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 da.
It
Advertise Seto.
was actually Porque no los tres, because she bought all 3 of the
Why not
billboards.
3?
Thank you.
Dumb
Anyway, so
bitch.
she hires out the 3 billboards, and she puts like notes on them, and it's essentially just calling out the cops for not finding her daughter's rapist and killer. It essentially tells the story of the aftermath of that and her fighting with the town hating her because it's a small town. The cops are beloved, and she's obviously hating on them, so she's copying a lot of shit. And it's just a really, like, painful story to watch. Like, there's a lot of pain, and the performances
Sounds pretty
are actually,
heartbreaking.
yeah, well, I don't know, because there's not a lot that happens in the movie that breaks your heart, but like there's no like tear-jerking moments or anything like that. It just kind of tells you what's
The
been
whole
happening or what's
situation
going on.
is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Right.
fact that of what happened before it, like they tell you the circumstances of the girl's murder, and it's horrific. Like it's horrific, man. Like it's really, really, really tragic. And the mum is obviously dealing with it, and I think she has 2 other kids. I don't entirely remember because I was drinking a lot on the plane.
I
But
feel like alcohol abuse is a big topic this one.
yeah, but the performances are incredible. Like Woody Harrelson steals the fucking show. I don't remember the main actress's name because she wasn't somebody that I'd seen before, but yeah, she's the old lady. She's fantastic. Or not the old lady, like the mum age lady. She's fantastic. She's incredible. And the other person that's actually really, really good is there's one of the other cops.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
He won an Oscar.
For that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand why. Like, he was incredible.
yeah.
Like, one of the best supporting actors that I'd seen in a movie in a long time. And it's really good because all of the characters sort of have their own arc. And all of their arcs are really, really good. And they actually make sense for the characters as well. So you do notice that by the end of the film, a lot of the characters from the start of the film are actually quite different. And it really works wonders for the film. So I reckon that's definitely something you guys should watch. That was probably the best movie that I watched while on the plane. The only thing that hurt it for me was that it had been edited for content and swearing. So instead of being like, "Oi, fuck you," he'd be like, "Hey, frick you, man."
Wow.
Be like, "Oh,
That's
what sort
beautiful.
of stuff can't you put? What sort of stuff can't you put on the billboards?" I'm guessing you can't say piss, shit, or croak because they don't want to say cunt. It's like, what?
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that was all of the new movies that I watched while on the plane. I also watched like Deadpool. I watched Lord of the Rings. I watched The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, like all of Lord of the Rings?
Well, like
Yeah, he did a
Fellowship.
marathon again.
I would do it.
Rad.
Um,
Oh, you've really ticked
but-
off the Oscar list. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I actually caught up on all the movies that I wanted to see in cinemas that I didn't get a chance to. Like, I actually wanted to, like, my goal for myself this year was to actually watch more of the movies that I missed out on, and I'm not doing very well with that. Like, I didn't get to see Shape of Water in cinemas, which I really wanted to. But it's just kind of like, my problem is there's lots of movies that I want to watch, and it's not for lack of, like, people. Like, I know that if I say to Finn, or if I know that there's a movie that Finn would like maybe more than Roger, and I put it in the group chat, like, Finn, you want to come or whatever, I'll have someone to go with. But it's more the time thing, like, and the cost. Like, movies are expensive.
Hey, Finn,
You know, like,
you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to tell Nathan about Tangerine.
All right. I thought you were gonna say I forgot to press record.
No,
Like, okay.
no. Forgot to tell Nathan about Tangerine.
what the hell is Tangerine?
So we've come up with a rule. When we feel like you're about to go on a tangent, I just say Tangerine to stop you. To bring it back. Know what I'm saying? Hey, Nathan.
Why?
Because Finn has to talk about what he's been watching as well, and then we have to talk about Solo, and we're at a minute 20, that's all.
A minute 20.
An hour
Fuck
20. Battlefront, fuck.
What, can I just add
Antiques.
one last thing?
Sure.
I finished season 2 of 13 Reasons Why.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright. Is it better than the first one? I feel like
I
this,
think that
it didn't need a
without
second one.
spoiling-
Kind of weird that it has a second
Do not
season.
spoil. Do not
to
even
be
get
honest-
close to spoiling it.
Yeah, I already
I'm not gonna
warned
spoil
him.
anything, don't worry. I'm not spoiling anything. I think that season 1 felt more realistic than season 2 because
Yeah.
of one of the creative choices they make with regards to one of the main characters.
Mhm.
On top of that, I think that season 2 definitely was a lot of damage control for season 1. Like, after season 1 came out, there was a bit of, like, fallback for certain things that happened, and the way that the show, like, glamorized suicide. Like, a lot of people actually
Would
had
not
a
say-
big problem with that.
Yeah.
No,
Would not say-
I agree,
it does
I
not
agree.
glamorize it. Yeah.
I agree.
No, the way you
But-
worded it, it's like you're saying that it does. I was like, no.
But a large collective people believe that it does glamorize suicide. And it definitely copped a lot of feedback. And I think that the creators of the show definitely took that feedback into consideration when they were writing and creating season 2, because there's a lot of those elements, or a lot of things that people complained about in the show from season 1, they touch on in season 2. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they even have
It's
like
good.
little like content warning and stuff, and they like all the actors talk about stuff, which is cool. They've set up a website. So
Oh,
you can go to
really?
If they're feeling like which is kind of good, because like Nathan's saying, they copped a bit of flack from people, so they've kind of gone like crazy about like, if you're feeling like this, you can go to like talk to your friends, talk to your family. There's people like talking to an adult you trust, and then they give like a website you can go to if you're having thoughts and stuff, which is really nice that they're doing that.
Yeah, that's
Because that's the whole
great.
point of the show.
I didn't
is to,
know
like,
that. That's
touch
awesome.
on topics which are controversial that people don't usually like to talk about.
Yeah. That's great.
Yes.
Anything else, sir?
That's it.
That's
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
Oh, he's tangerine himself.
Hey,
Tangerine myself.
Yeah, caught on.
I'm gonna
Love
kill
it.
myself when we're done.
Love it.
Dude,
Finn's,
just go to 13 Reasons Why I done that.
oh shit!
You're having me thought. 13 reasons
We're
why
so
not.
fucking meta. What the hell?
God damn it! That's great.
See, I'm fucking dude. I told you, Roger, I'm edgy and cool now. Fuck.
Yeah, edgy and cool and trendy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trendy.
that's great. What have you been watching, Finn?
So what I've been watching is 13 Reasons Why season 2. Oh,
Hey,
surprise!
have you really?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been watching. I watched maybe
I'm
like
excited,
stayed up to like 1 o'clock in the morning watching. I'm up to like the 6th episode.
Oh, wow.
That's cute.
Because it's one of those shows like I can't watch it on the train, because like today, okay, this is a perfect example.
But he's gonna throw
I'm on-
Pokeballs.
Yeah, no, but like there's a difference. So like there's a difference between throwing Pokeballs and what I'm about to talk about. So I'm sitting on the replacement bus, so there's literally one person next to me, right? And there's a certain scene where a character is looking at pornography on the
Nice.
interwebs and is using some
Oh.
lotion on themselves. And I'm like looking at this scene, I'm like playing it, I'm like, cool, if you ever quick, come on. And then like, I kind of like I look down, but I look over like a bit to my right, and the guy next to me is looking at my screen. And I was like, it probably looks like I'm watching porn right now.
How hard
my
was
God.
his dick?
Oh, so hard.
He's
Yeah,
watching
so-
people watching porn.
So
You
then
should
we
just
watched
committed to it, man. You
together.
should just-
It's cute.
Yeah, just
Hand
be
in the
like, hey
pants,
man.
dick
Yeah,
hard,
Not
just,
at
yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
say, just like lean into it, man. Just
You wanna
put that hand down them
use some
pants.
lotion on me?
Fucking
Oh.
hell, good times.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just look
that-
him
that-
dead in the eye, and you're like, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
do you have any lube?"
Oh wow.
He's like, yeah, my spit, bro.
Oh.
He's like, "Tears are the best
Jesus.
lube."
Gets kicked
Oh,
out of
yeah,
bus.
so yeah, I'm like, fuck my replacement boss now. Yeah, so I've been watching 13 Reasons Why season 2, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm up to season 3 of The Blacklist. I don't know if you guys have ever watched it
Mm.
before. It's kind of my guilty pleasure because
Joe's
it
dad's
is-
really into that one.
that's the thing. It's one of those, like, my parents have watched pretty much every single like cop like beat show, whatever the fuck, like classic. Oh, there's like a crime once a week. Then they got to interview some people, like Law and Order, kind of like cop procedural. That's what I'm trying to think of. They watch like all that kind of stuff. The Blacklist is that with kind of like villain of the week tied in with it, and there's like an interlocking story. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's kind of like it is a guilty pleasure because it's not amazing, but I think James Spader, he's the only reason that show is as good as it is because the supporting
Yeah.
cast is pretty trash. Like the main character, the main lady actress, like every time she's on the screen now, I'm just like, you're fucking shit. I just want to
It's
hear
pretty
James Spader talk
James?
about random.
Yeah. She's cringy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
James
so-
Spader actually came into The Office for like 2 of the seasons, and he literally says one of my favorite lines in like television history. Like, it's fantastic, and it won't make sense out of context. So I don't want to spit the line at you guys. You just feel like you're a fucking dickhead. But
Yeah.
when it's in like the show and it's in context and it just comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, his voice, man,
cried.
it's just perfect for like so many things. Like in the Blacklist, he just because he's like this international criminal who's basically like his nickname is the concierge of crime. So he organizes like pretty much if you need something done in like a criminal empire, he can organize like a person to do something for you, and it's just all business stuff. Like the way he organizes it, it's basically runs a business, and he just like talks about shit. Be like, yeah, I was in Russia and I had this car and I was fucking drinking whiskey and being a bad motherfucker. I'm just like, you're fucking cool, James Spader. God damn it.
You're fucking cool.
You're
I
fucking
love
cool, James
you.
Spader. I love you. Yeah, so I'm watching that season 3. So that's pretty much my like on the train, nothing too fucked up, but every now and
No
then there's something
porn
fucked up,
watching,
which is
no?
good. No porn, just some guy like ripping some like there was a guy who grave robbed and then cut some lady's chest open
Ooh,
and then
nice.
grabbed something out of her chest, and I was like,
Yep.
hopefully no one thinks I'm a serial killer. Hey, don't look at me
Ooh.
funny, motherfuckers.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been watching, man. Like I can't think of anything else. Like movie wise, yeah, I've seen Solo, I've seen Deadpool. Rewatching Sherlock.
Oh,
Ah,
nice.
rad.
Yeah, so I fucking love that show, man. Like it is amazing. Like Robert Downey Jr. and like the original Sherlock movies, Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Yeah,
Wait.
they obviously play. I'm saying talking about the movies as well. So
So what are you
Yeah.
rewatching?
I'm watching Sherlock, the TV show. The TV series is Benedict Cumberbatch and
Benedict
Martin Short.
Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Short.
Bronwyn.
Penis.
Cucumber snake.
Yes!
Yes.
So I'm rewatching that, and I was just saying, like, when Robert Downey Jr. played Sherlock in the movies, like, I loved it, and I was like, fuck, him as Sherlock is perfect. Like, he's exactly what I thought it'd be because I've like read the books and stuff, and I'm like, this is fucking cool, and just like the premise of that character has just always been like awesome to me. And then when Nathan was like, man, you got to watch this Sherlock show, I was like, fucking lit, I'll give it a go. I don't even think I knew Benedict Cumberbatch yet. I think that was one of the first things I saw with him in it. Just straight up, that's it. Yeah, I hadn't seen much with him in it, and it is literally probably one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Like the villain is perfect, the fucking supporting cast, Martin Short is amazing as Watson, and then you've got Sherlock.
Sorry, did you say Martin?
Did you say Martin Short?
Is it Martin? What's his name?
No.
Oh my god, I would love it if it was Martin Short.
What's his name?
It'd be different.
Martin Freeman, bro.
Martin Freeman, fuck. Don't call me bro, you fuck condescending piece of shit. I'll end your life.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
Bruh.
yeah,
Martin
don't
Freeman,
condescend me,
bruh.
faggot. Martin
Condescending,
Freeman,
you.
bro. Fuck you. Yeah,
Suck my
so,
dick.
Martin Freeman.
Martin
I don't really
Freeman,
want to.
peasant.
Fucking kill myself. Yeah, so Martin Freeman. Goddamn, Martin Short.
But
Well, I said it like 3 times before that. Why did no one correct me?
You didn't. That's the first time you said it.
No, I did.
Yeah.
No, when you listen to the podcast, you'll hear it. I said Martin Short at the
I
start.
would
so
have picked it up.
kill myself. Well, I did. So listen.
Um,
to my voice.
speaking of,
one,
What's that?
Wait, what?
the American TV show with Lucy Liu.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I haven't.
Elementary.
Elementary.
Yes,
Is that like
Absolutely.
I actually
Good.
rated
like
that.
pop
Monster of a
procedural?
fucking
I
television
hate
show
it.
Did you?
is absolutely fucking shit.
I rated it.
Well,
Sorry,
nobody
Jake.
cares.
What'd you rate it on?
uh,
Fag?
Zomato. I rated it as a cafe.
I think
Fast
that
food.
it is genuinely one of the worst pieces of shit I'd ever seen put to American television.
Yeah,
That's a big
man.
call.
Wow, it's
I
bad.
will make that big call. It is
It's
very bad.
bad. It's bad. Oh, you've just lost all my respect I've ever had for you, Jake. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it was
The last time
Bound
you
to
were on this
happen one
show.
day.
There's an episode
Bound
of
to happen.
Community. In Community, there's an ongoing joke about, or not joke, but like an ongoing like thing where Abed is in love with this show called Inspector Spacetime, which is basically Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And they go to a convention, and there's these American producers there, and they're like, "Oh, we want to do an American version of the show," and like, Elementary is literally like the classic cliched Americanization of a TV show where they get rid of the dude, they get a hot chick to play the dude. They do the same thing in Community for Inspector Spacetime. They go, it's literally Doctor Who, right? So it's like a dorky dude and a black doctor, right?
Yeah.
And a black inspector. So they're like a team. And when they do it in the American version in the show, it's like a white dude and a chick with blonde hair, massive tits, and a tennis racket. It's like the most super shit. And that's exactly what they fucking did with Elementary. Like, it's not anything about girls shouldn't play roles that guys have. I'm all about girls owning Hollywood. Like, they do fantastic movies and all of that. But I don't like the fact that women in Hollywood are being fed sloppy seconds of roles that guys have already had. We don't need girls' versions of things we've already seen with guys. We need girls to take, or women to take over space and do new things. Like, I was actually talking to Dick Hole about it today, where like things like Ghostbusters, like that's not necessary. Whereas something like the new Star Wars movies, where most of the leading characters, including Han Solo, are powerful females.
What?
I'm kidding. That was a joke. But
was like,
I really need to see the Solo movie. Hands
most of the
trans.
leading trans Solo.
Oh, love it.
But you know, you've got Ray, you've got Felicity Jones playing her character there as well, and you've obviously got
Tangerine?
yeah, like all of that stuff that's happening, and it's just like it's beautiful. It's awesome to see like women taking over Hollywood in these roles that were crafted specifically for them.
But
What's
I'm
up?
still not gonna just hate a show because it's a Lady Watson.
No, that's not why I hate the show. That's just a reason as to why it's a piece of
Yeah.
shit. But it's
Nathan
not
doesn't
the
like
reason.
women.
The reason it's a piece of shit. Ouch, that's hurtful.
Jokes, it's women that hate Nathan.
Yeah, we've established
Sad.
this.
I'm sorry, I'm dying.
Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna kill myself. I'm trying to renew my Foxtel Now subscription.
13reasonwhy.net.
Hoi.
Was that for me? Because I'm thinking about killing myself after liking Elementary.
No, just,
You
just
got
for watching
fucking
Elementary,
roasted.
like you need to talk to someone about it. Talk to an adult you trust, please.
Mom.
The mama.
Mom, I like this show. And Lucy Lou's hot.
Yeah.
Why is Watson sexy? What's going on?
Why is
Yeah,
it-
sorry.
actually-
Just to run back quickly.
Yep.
So Sherlock is amazing. The fucking I love it. It's so good. And just how quickly like the episodes are what, an hour and a half ish.
Yep.
And there's like
Yeah.
first season's
Yeah.
3 episodes, second season's like 2 or 3 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes,
Are
and
they all
like
three?
then they've got like pardon?
Are they all
The last
three?
one's 2, maybe.
Yeah, the last one's 2 or 3, and they do that. They
Still
did
haven't
that like
seen it.
Christmas special
Christmas
one,
special.
which was like the Abominable Bride. I started watching that yesterday actually. But yeah, just perfect show. Like the progression of the characters and like the relationship between Watson and Sherlock is incredible. Like, yeah, that's going to be like the best Sherlock ever. I don't think anything else can compete with that easily.
Yeah, I think
you
that's
said
pretty
it about
fair.
Robert Downey Jr.
What do you mean?
You said you thought he was perfect until you saw
Oh yeah, I was
Benedict
like, fuck,
Cumberbatch,
this is amazing.
so-
And then like, but I can't imagine anything being better.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what
But
I mean?
have you seen my boy Johnny Lee Miller and Lucy Liu? Pretty great.
Yeah, boy.
It's gonna happen.
I'm standing by it.
Drop smile.
Love you, Lucy.
Walks out.
Touch on one thing
I like
I call
is
this one
that-
Lucy. This one Miller. Fuck.
I would touch on Lucy Liu. I would do it.
Oh
Mhm.
man, she bae, but still not as
Charlie's Angels back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, except for that creep that smells the hair.
Nah, he's the best man.
Oh, did you
He's
notice
my
how half
favourite.
the kids in the royal wedding look like him? Terrifying.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh,
sorry, can you just confirm something for me, Jake?
Yep.
I'm just remembering something, and if I'm right, I'm actually just gonna piss myself because it's so fucking stupid. What do they call her instead of John Watson? Is it like Joan Watson?
Joan Watson.
Oh. I have to go to bed now.
I have to go to chemotherapy now.
Oh, dude, cut that.
I have to go to 13reasonswhy.net.
Oh man,
I'm not cutting that
Worst.
out.
Please cut that out. You're a fucking horrible person. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Oh man. Jesus.
Not even gonna
Fuck.
timestamp it because YOLO.
Can I quickly say one other thing that I'm playing?
Yeah, of
My
course.
surprise thing, Raj.
Oh yes, surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker! So I finished God of War.
Yep.
I didn't feel like playing another narrative, like story-driven narrative. I was like, I just want to play another sport game. I just finished NBA Live
Season.
18. I just finished the season, so I won the finals, NBA finals. I was like, yes, Cavs, LeBron, yes. And then I was like, fuck.
Lefin.
Looking up one night, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't touched since I bought it
My
for
dick.
like $12. NHL 15.
Hey.
I wouldn't have guessed
NHL.
that.
So because
Yeah, no.
for some
way.
reason I'm like insanely into sport now. I'm just like I don't even know what it is. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but the start of this year, the NHL brought a new team into the league, and they like it's
Golden
their
Knights.
first year. Yeah, Golden Knights. So Vegas Golden Knights. So at the start of the season, because I follow it slightly, like I used to go for Boston Bruins, and now I go for LA Kings because of a band I like, basically, because they follow them. And I was just like watch hockey every now and then because I just think it's kind of fun and like they fight and shit and it's funny. But yeah, I like was following the season like a little bit closer this season, and Golden Knights were like killing it because they got some really good trades and they made a lot of salary space obviously for them to help the team progress. And at the start of the season, they were like crazy low odds to do anything, and they were just like, yeah, we're gonna have a 5-year plan to make it to the Stanley Cup, which is the finals of the NHL. And now Vegas Golden Knights are in the Stanley Cup final in their first year of the NHL.
And have won
Which
the
is like-
first game of it.
And won the first game by 2 or something like that, didn't they?
Yeah, 6-4.
Yeah, so
It's insane.
crazy good. And they've got some like fucking amazing players, players that people got rid of and like just chose to get rid of, and they just fucked up by getting rid of them because now they've got this like insanely solid team which have made it to the playoffs, which like have made it to not the playoffs, but they've won every single game leading up to the playoffs. Now they're in the finals of the NHL, which is mind blowing. So yeah, I was just like fucking play some hockey. Yeah, so I chucked in NHL and I was like, this is cool, and it's actually really fun. Like I'm playing season mode right now, and it's just
Which
like
one do you have?
I think
Is it
NHL
15?
15. It's that one. It's that one we got when JB
Oh, and it was like
fucked up.
$20
Do you
or
remember?
something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like brand new, and it was like $20. So even now after playing this, I'm
I
like,
still have it as well.
I'm not going to get too far into the season mode. You would, yeah. So I'm like, I'm not going to get too far in the season mode because I might buy NHL 18 because I looked into it yesterday and it looks really fun. I'm just like,
Okay.
I just want to play a different sport. Like I want to.
I just didn't like that it was
like,
kind of bare bones. There was pretty much nothing in it compared to like the NBA, FIFA, and shit.
There's well NBA like
Or Madden.
I guess NBA Live
Yeah.
doesn't have it's kind of more stripped down, but this is like a lot more stripped down. But NHL
Yeah.
18 has like an even better career mode and everything like that now. The gameplay
cool.
is obviously a lot better. But
Such
yeah,
a
it's just cool.
fast-paced, fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I did, like I just chucked it in and I was playing a game and I was like, I looked up the controls and it's like, cool, and it's like L1 to start a fight. I was like, oh, okay. And then it's like
Here we go.
haymaker, like uppercuts, and like, like fuck, literally the whole game I'm just like punching people. Yeah, no, really fun. So I'm thinking of getting NHL 18 because of how fun this is. Just like another fun sport game to play. I don't know why I love sport games so much, but yeah, I'm digging
They're
it.
just
for sure.
easy. They're so fun.
I wish that I liked them more. Like I really, really do.
Yeah.
I used to
I do too, man. I
love
wish you'd done
NBA. Like what was it? NBA Live 2007 is the last one that I played like
Man,
consistently.
properly, yeah. Man, please just like next year, please just grab it, cause like, or just start watching more. Try and watch more NBA, cause like, it's just so much fun. Just so good.
Yeah. It's just it's one of those things that like I want to get into, and I keep saying that I don't have enough time for it. It's just kind of I don't have the effort. I probably do have time, but
Like I'm like at work and I'm trying to watch, or like because it is a lot of time. Yeah, it's fair enough. But like the thing is, it's free. It's literally free. Like Reddit NBA streams has all the games. NHL and Reddit streams have all the games. You just watch shit free.
that's true.
And just chuck it on whenever.
Yeah,
Or even just,
maybe
like,
next
watch
season
highlights
I'll just maybe next season I'll set myself the goal of actually watching more. Because
Yeah, pick a
Miami's
team.
my team. Miami's always been
Yeah.
my team, like since
Yeah, well
day
then,
one.
yeah, just follow them. You never know what's going to happen. Like Cavs, I know it's LeBron, but it's a pretty
Like,
crazy that
Dwayne Wade was my favorite. He's still there, isn't he? Dwayne Wade.
He just
Was he
moved to
retired?
Miami, but I think he's going to retire.
he moved back
after
to
the
Miami?
season. Yeah,
I
he just
thought
moved
that
back.
He left Miami, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, he did.
I
He was at the Miami, wasn't he? And then he moved to the Cavs to be with LeBron,
Yeah.
and that didn't really work out well. And then he just moved back to Miami.
Yeah, guys, I'm just flicking through Foxtel now because I was like, I want to watch Westworld, so that's why I reactivated it.
Yeah,
but a lot of shows have come to Foxtel on Fox 8 and Showcase that are actually really good. Like for example, Legion disappeared for a while, but now there's 2 full seasons of Legion that we can watch. Marvel's Runaways is on there. We can check that out.
Oh wow!
The Gifted is on there as well. Isn't that another mutant show? Not sure. But Krypton, I think the whole first season of Krypton is on there as well.
Dude, please send me your login details. Dear God, I need to watch that show.
Yeah, I'll send it to you now, man.
Which
But
one?
How
I'm keen-
pricey is it?
It's $15 for a month, man. It's not that bad. Between the 3 of us, they said
But
they were going
that's
to pay me.
just
They
the
never
base.
did.
So
That's the
good.
base. That's the base model package, so not including sports and stuff. But I might even kind of would. I'd probably pay the 15 if you paid the 15, I paid the 15, then we get sports as well.
Yeah, that works.
It's pretty worth it.
Sports is another 30, man.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I've got
Okay, so
Fetch
Right.
TV with my internet, so it comes with like that basic sports kind of pack with a couple others,
Yeah.
or at least
With my
ESPN
parents
1
had
and
that.
2,
Yeah, because you can watch it on the Fetch
Oh.
TV app, can't you?
and ESPN app
Right.
as well, which is cool.
That's cool.
Legends of Tomorrow is on here as well. No, I really want to watch Silicon Valley as well. I've heard really good things about that.
So many shows I'm missing now. Just the advent of streaming has just fucked me because there's just so many things coming out on so many different
much.
platforms.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna
just
see
crazy.
if I can do a list on this, because if I can do a list, I'm just gonna start maybe with Legion, watch all of Legion.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through season 2 of Mr. Robot as well.
Oh, man, Mr.
I
Robot,
still
I've
haven't
never
watched that
an
at all.
It is
I've watched
incredible.
an episode. Fuck, that hurts my soul.
You need to get like a streaming ring where each friend subscribes to one thing.
Boom! I gotta watch
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
What do we have? I think we all have Netflix. We use Nathan's. What is it? Your grandpa's Stan or something?
We were using that, but I think my mum like cancelled it. I don't know if it's still going.
Right.
If it is, good job. But
All
I
right.
don't know.
Let's talk about Solo and then wrap this motherfucker up. We're almost at 2 hours. I need to go
Jesus
to bed
Christ,
too.
This is a good episode.
Beefy
though.
motherfucking episode.
Oh, yeah.
So the 3 of us saw Solo on Monday night. Jake didn't come because fuck him. Have you?
Fair.
Have you? You haven't seen it yet, have
that's
you?
me.
I haven't. No,
You haven't.
I've
Okay,
been
right.
apprehensive to go to the cinemas to watch it.
you are you a Star Wars fan, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil anything. We're just gonna talk about our opinion of the movie, which is quite mixed, surprisingly. Not in this queue that I thought it was going to be. But yeah, Nathan, go first, please.
Okay, so for me, it's really, really difficult to say because Jake, please don't take this the wrong way, dude. Like, I'm not going to attack you or anything, but just with regards to the movie, like.
I'm not going to attack you. What?
Is this about elementary?
He's shaking and crying.
It's like, this is not a threat, it's a promise.
13 reasons why.net.
I can hear the typing as well.
Oh, that's gold.
So,
just type random shit into Skype. Love it.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
13 reasons why.
Mostly based on the fact that it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think that as a standalone film, a lot of the criticism that the movie is getting is actually bugging me because a lot of things that I like to see people discuss things on Reddit, and I spend a lot of time on that kind of stuff. So I was on Reddit, and this guy, right? So get this. This guy says, "Solo is so stupid. It doesn't even feel like Star Wars because it's just a heist film with the Star Wars IP slapped on it." And I'm like, "Cunt, what? Of course it is. It's a heist movie with Star Wars on it, so that makes it a Star Wars heist movie, you fucking dickhead."
Yeah, that's a dumb
that.
call. Rogue One was a war movie with Star Wars, but it was still awesome.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, that's a
Rogue
bit
One as
retarded.
well.
I definitely wouldn't say that.
That's real dumb.
All that I wanted from Solo
Fuck Reddit.
was a fun movie with
You're
a
making a
heist.
big
I love
enemy there,
heist
Finn.
films.
Oh, what? The guy on Reddit.
I love heist
Oh, the
films,
whole of
so,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the movie as a whole, while I did love it, currently, it's hard for me to say that I like it more than any other Star Wars movie that's come out to date. So, in terms of me ranking the Star Wars movies, it's currently at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But, for me, my number one Star Wars movie is, like, untouchable. And then my least favorite Star Wars movie is, like, an 80% love. So, like, you know, like me
It's
saying that it's my least favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it's still high
doesn't mean
praise.
that I hate it or anything like that. Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I just think that it is very safe. It's a very safe movie. And I think that Phil Lord and Chris Miller definitely could have gone a different way with it. And potentially we could have gotten something different and something new and fresh. And I think that Solo does a really, really, really good job with the hand that it was dealt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's about
okay.
it. And I think that what really, really is hurting it at the box office, unfortunately, is The Last Jedi. The fact that Last Jedi split the fan base in half meant that
Yeah.
if you go on Reddit, like half of Reddit is literally boycotting this movie. Like they're like, we're not going to go watch it at the cinemas because if Disney's, process or whatever fails, then we get what we want. They'll remove the canon and they'll start again. They'll give it to someone else, which they're not going to do. Disney's going to have Star Wars until we die. And I'm
Yes.
okay with that. Like, I think that there's a lot of things that Disney could be doing better with Star Wars, and I'm hoping that it will develop more over time as they become more confident with the IP. Like, The Last Jedi was very, like, it definitely showed they were becoming more confident. And I think that fans didn't like how confident they were becoming with the IP. I think that The Force Awakens is a very solid, well-made movie, but it is very safe. The Force Awakens was made for the fans, and I think that Rogue One was made for the fans as well.
Kind of a museum movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Antiques.
and Rogue One is very, very for the fans. You know, like, and I think that Solo is leaning back towards that camp, as opposed to The Last Jedi that was like, we don't care what you want, we just want to make a good movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I like The Last Jedi for that. I love The Last Jedi for doing that and taking that risk, and I also love Solo for not taking that risk because it just feels nice to watch. You're just there and you're like, this is a cool Star Wars movie. You know, you got spaceships, you got ship chases, you've got like a chase scene towards the start of the movie that's actually really, really well done. Like, and the CGI in it is fantastic. Like, those speeders look almost real. Like, the way that they move is so realistic and incredible. So I think that it definitely is worth a watch in the cinemas. And the big reason that I would say watch it in the cinemas is because Lucasfilm and Skywalker Sound are the kings of Foley. Like, you just
Yeah.
you need to appreciate it. And the soundtrack for it is actually, the score is pretty decent. Like, it's all reminiscent of things that you've heard in other movies, in other Star Wars movies. But I think that any Star Wars fan should be watching Solo. And I think that the majority of Star Wars fans, if they go in and they temper their expectations and they're not expecting an Empire Strikes Back level of masterpiece, you're going to enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
And that's Solo.
I agree. I am going to go second on this one, Finn, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I also enjoyed the movie. We've been saying for a while, it was even one of your predictions for the year, Nathan, that like we're just going with no expectations. I somehow managed to maintain that, so I went in there not thinking about what the movie's going to be at all. And I just enjoyed myself. I had a great time. Like, the movie ended and I was like, this was great. It probably wasn't the best movie ever, that's for sure,
Yeah,
or like
but it's
the
a
best
nice,
Star Wars
competent
movie.
film. Like,
It was, yeah, like I had a lot of fun watching the movie, and I had, at no point was I sort of bored or anything. I had a great
Yeah.
time. It's just because I think I was able to just not think about it. I was just going to be like, I'm going to watch it no matter what it is. I don't care what it's going to be. I'll just make up my mind afterwards. So I think for that reason, I was able to enjoy it. But someone, unfortunately, didn't feel the same way. And
Oh, hey.
oh, g'day, mate. G'day.
What's going on, boy?
Oh,
So,
you know.
I
Please tell us why you've decided all of a sudden to be edgy and cool.
I'm edgy and cool, and I don't think the same as everyone else. Fuck yeah! So,
I
I
love
don't know.
I love edgy.
I don't know what it is. I honestly don't know what it is. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it's the same kind of feeling as when you went to see Last Jedi and you walked out. You're like, ooh. But like,
yeah.
I don't have any. Like, I don't want to go see it again. Like, I really don't. Because like, honestly, I just sat there the whole time, and like, I went in thinking that's the thing. I went in with very low expectations because like, this movie is going to be trash. Like, I'm scared it's going to be trash. And then I'm like, I was thinking about like Ron Howard probably just going to make a nice, neat little package of a Star Wars movie. And I don't know. It just felt like, pacing wise, it felt just like cut and paste. And obviously, yeah, you know exactly what's going to happen. You can kind of guess what's going to happen the whole entire movie, and I get that because they can't really do much with the character. But like the video I sent you guys today of that guy reviewing it, like every single thing he said, I agree with. To me, 100%. So he basically touched on and said like Han Solo is supposed to be like a bad motherfucker. He's supposed to be like a smartass and shit. And I feel like he was just kind of like, it was
I
wasn't
agree
the
with
Han
that.
Solo I know, and it's one of those things that it changes my perception of Han in the later movies now. Like, obviously not fully, because to me it's completely like, to me I'm just gonna not wipe it, but it's not gonna affect that much. But I mean, like, it can, like it's who he is as a younger person, and I can't see how that kid
That's the
turns
thing.
into
Like, you look at
the
it
man
in terms
me.
of Finn's life. You used to be a little emo kid with a fringe, and look at you now.
Same. It just wasn't. I don't know. And like the whole entire time, I kind of just I kept looking at the time, and I was wasn't dragging on, but I'm just like,
Oh, really?
It's so sad.
it just it sucks because like one of my friends as well, she was talking to me about it. She's like, hey, I'm seeing Solo tonight. I'm like, yeah, sick. She's like, what did you think of it? And I just said exactly. I'm like, I wasn't a massive fan, and she came out. She's like, it was amazing. And it's funny because she said that she didn't like Rogue One that much, or The Last Jedi. Oh no, she loved Rogue One, didn't like Last Jedi that much. And it's just funny how everyone's tastes and different. Because for me, like, I'm not a very critical person, and not very often do I dislike a movie. And it's not that I didn't dislike it. Like, it's low
So
on
you
my.
liked
Like,
it?
I would honestly. I did not massively. Like, it's still a Star Wars movie, and like certain points, like that's the thing as well. Like, maybe it's one of those things where I don't have Star Wars fatigue, but maybe it's because I I've had the butterflies and the feeling of like the Last Jedi and like the music and like Luke and Leia and just everything happening. I'm just like, fuck, this is so good. And then I get put into this world like a few months later, and I'm just like, I don't really give a shit. I don't. It might, maybe it is fatigue. Like, but the thing is, I won't have fatigue for another. I don't know. Maybe as well. I'm a bit pissed because I wanted them to do an Obi movie, or I wanted them to do a Fett movie before they did this. You know?
Yeah.
I'm getting, maybe they're testing the waters and checking out how it goes. Which
that was weird that they decided to go with Solo instead of,
I guess,
shit that fans have been clamoring for like years.
I don't know, like I guess with Obi, it's kind of like Jedi, and they have to like stick that in. But we're like with Fett, that's something you definitely could have done before this.
That's
like,
it.
Solo,
like,
I didn't think
people
was
want that.
necessary.
I thought it was a weird choice.
And obviously, there's a couple
definitely-
of things. Sorry, did you go?
It's definitely hard with prequels because there's no overarching like foreboding. Like everything's fine. Like it's hard to instill like that.
Yeah, exactly.
in a
That's the
movie.
thing. Like every single time there was like a big moment or like a big thing, it's like, oh, this is happening with Chewie, and I'm like, fuck, and it's just kind of like, but I know it's all gonna be sweet. Like, and
Yeah.
I like the characters in it, the other ones, but I didn't give that much of a fuck about them. Like, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
there could have been more character progression for Han, or he could have been like, but there is definitely some key aspects of the movie I did love. So Donald Glover is fucking incredible, and I understand how he's so good at everything he touches.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. Isn't it?
Dong lover.
Donald Glover. But yeah, no, he was amazing as Lando for sure. Like, it's exactly
There was,
what I
think-
wanted to see.
There was probably like 2 lines that he said in the movie that like sounded a little weird. That I was like, they should have used a different take for those ones.
Like it
But
sounded,
As a whole,
yeah, like
he sounded very Billy D. Williams.
yeah, exactly. I think there was a couple of things that were kind of off-putting with his character. Like he seemed like a bit of a pussy. Like is Billy D. Williams a pussy in the originals?
Yeah,
Like,
Bit
kind
of
of,
a
yeah,
bit of
'cause
a
he-
pansexual.
Pansexual.
No, I think that Lando was a bit of a pussy. Like, remember what he did, where he was just kind of like, he just made a deal with the Empire, to, get rid
It's
of
like,
his
I
mates
don't
and
want to.
stuff.
Fucking snake.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
snake,
exactly.
bitch.
He's a fucking
Yeah.
snake.
It's fair enough, and like, but he's like still a boss. I don't know, but yeah, no, I loved his portrayal of it, and I liked what's the bitch's name? Can't remember. Goddamn,
Kira,
actress.
Emilia Clarke.
Is that in there?
Amelia
Yeah.
Clarke.
Yeah. Amelia Clarke was really cool in it, and also like, obviously I'm not going to spoil anything, but just like other things in the movie that I'm hoping they kind of do more of.
Yeah.
If they decide
Yeah.
to like,
I
there's
think
certain
that-
things that that's another thing. Like if they branch off from
Those things.
those things,
Mm.
if they announced certain things, I'd be like, fuck, I'm all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like obviously
Yeah.
we all,
If tomorrow they said
Yeah.
we're doing a Solo 2, I'd be keen. I'd watch it.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I think that Alden
That's fair
Ehrenreich did a good enough job that I would
Yeah.
watch him
To
again
set
as
up
Han Solo.
something. Yeah.
I still,
was
I still
very
am not
safe.
sure.
and I think that's probably good though as well, because at least he didn't fuck
Yeah.
it. Imagine if he like completely changed everything.
Yeah.
Like I guess maybe
I mean-
I'm just being a bit picky. I don't know.
No, not necessarily, dude. Like, you're in the right headspace. Because think about it this way, like, The Force Awakens, right? Like we said, a
Mm.
safe movie, but very well done, right? It's a solid
Yeah.
movie. It's a beautiful homage to A New Hope as well. Like, it's fantastic. It is a safe movie, and that was one of the big complaints with it, is that they treaded ground that they'd already treaded because they were scared, right?
Yeah.
If they had started with The Last Jedi instead of The Force Awakens, or The Last Jedi style of movie, where they literally just threw out the entirety of everything,
Yeah,
we probably wouldn't have Star Wars today. Like, there would have been that
people
much
would have lost their
backlash.
shit.
We got a lot of backlash from The Last Jedi, but the fact that we had an established sequel universe, or like
Mm.
Disneyverse,
Yeah.
it helped, you know?
But
it
remember the
helps that it was
backlash
that
for
blow.
Force Awakens? Like, fuck, there was heaps.
There wasn't any at the start. When it came out, everybody was like, this
Yeah.
is perfect. And
This is
then,
amazing, and then it came out
somebody
and
was
people
like-
started cracking it.
yeah, as soon as it became cool to hate the movie, people did. And it's annoying, because, like,
I feel like that's the
Some
same thing
people-
with Last Jedi. I feel like every single person I've talked to that rags on it and trashes it, they're just like, I'm just like, you want to be edgy and cool. Like,
Yeah.
feel like
I think that there's a lot of actual criticism that make sense for The Last Jedi, like in every Star Wars. Like even Empire has certain issues with it. Honestly, I can't think of any off the top of my head because it's actually perfect. But
Yeah. But other people may be able to find it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
the original Star Wars, the prequels as well, like everything has issues with it. Nothing is perfect, and the whole thing and the whole charm of Star Wars is that it isn't perfect. You go into the movie, you suspend your disbelief so that you can just experience this world through the eyes of these characters or through the life of these characters, and that's what you're there for. You go, you enjoy the movie, and you know, like, how can you say that you love Star Wars if you don't love all of it? You know, like
Yeah, I know what you mean. I completely
I
understand.
get
what you're
loving
saying.
things.
That's the thing. Like, Solo is like you said, it's on the bottom of my list, but I'd eventually watch it again. Like, if Bond wants to go see it, which she probably will, I will probably see it again. But I want to give it a bit of time because I feel like I need to go in with more of a clear head. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I just caught me on a bad day. I don't know.
That's it. That's what happened to me with Last Jedi. The second time I saw it, I loved it. So yeah, hopefully
I was so happy.
it might be it, but at the same time, it's still like the same thing because you thought the movie was predictable, and now you like obviously already know what's gonna actually happen. I don't know. Yeah, I would still suggest seeing it again. Take a bit of time and then go see it again.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
I think
I'll let
it's
you know-
definitely
I'll
a
let you
movie
know what
that
I
Star
think
Wars
second
fans
time.
need to watch.
Yeah,
Mm.
And
I'll
if you're
definitely
a
go see
movie
it in the
buff-
cinemas.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
a movie buff at
That's
all,
it.
you definitely need to check it. Maybe like we paid gold class for it, and
I'm sorry.
like,
What?
Well, they paid gold class for it. So I'm saying, like, we went to
Interesting.
gold class for it.
Nah, it's one of those. The thing with Gold Class now is like we can either pay $15.50 each for VMAX, or we can pay $20 each for Gold Class. I'm like, fuck, I'd rather less chance of people being retarded.
No,
Yeah.
Gold
I mean-
Class is where I watch movies that I'm not really into because I just hate people walking down the aisles all the time delivering the food. Just pulls me out of it.
Oh yeah, fair.
Oh, what? Your hammer pulled you off, eh?
Yeah. Fuck.
What's the name of this episode?
Trans Solo.
Yes.
Surely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
I like it.
Incredible.
Love it.
Life
That
changing.
was an amazing call.
Yeah.
So
love
just
it.
quickly,
Yep.
Nathan, what would you rate Solo out of 10?
Like out of 10. When I messaged Jordan after I left, I said that I give Solo a 6.7 out of 10.
6.7. Roger, what would you give Solo out
But
of 10?
I would rate it out of enjoyment 8 out of 10 in terms of how I felt after the movie. I was happy. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time.
what,
Yeah,
you know what
fair.
we should do, Rag, is off air. We should come up with our own rating system for things, something a little bit more unique, where we can
Moist?
just, instead of rating things out of 10,
Yeah.
Moist out of
Moist
10.
meter.
No.
instead of
Nah.
we could be like, I give this movie 5 rags out of 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, please.
But
You should
like,
do that
um,
and write it up as well.
yeah, and we can use that for our reviews. Like, we could just be
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, like, I give this movie a thin out of 10, which means it's bad.
Oh. God damn.
I'm kidding. You know I love you, baby.
Love it.
2.5 fins.
We
All
get
right,
My
it.
rating
let's,
system's
There's too
from
much dialogue and
Robert
they
Downey
talk too
Jr.
fast.
Sherlock to Elementary Sherlock.
Like, oh, this
The
movie-
perfect
to
movie.
Joan Watson.
Oh,
From John to Joan.
2 out of 10.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Joan
All
Watson.
right, let's
Fuck, that gives me
let's
AIDS.
wrap this monster up, boys. It's we've
Done.
crossed the 2-hour mark.
That's
All right,
Have fun
let's-
editing this.
Let's it'll take me 2 seconds. Let's bring on the very last segment, which is called recommendations.
Recommendations.
Okay, so in this segment, we'll basically have recommendations for the listeners. That can include pretty much anything, any sort of fetish that you guys may have, or
Whoa.
book that you've read, or activity
Yeah.
that you've done lately that you think would be a cool thing to try.
Cool.
You can tell the listeners here. Jake, what do you have?
I have a book that I just read,
Yep.
or just finished reading after trying to read it for 20 years.
The Shades of Grey.
Yes.
Like
And I'm
literally
also
20
dyslexic.
years?
Literally 20 years. I've started and stopped this book
Wow.
probably 12 times.
Jesus.
I was never old enough to read it, I think. It's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Oh,
nice.
shit.
always been a big fan of the games,
Yeah.
always since they came out on PS1. And this book is amazing. Technically, it's great. Very real in the way that they handle things. Not American, where you get shot 80 times and then you keep fighting. It's very, very cool.
Health regen.
I give it
I like that.
3/4 elementary out of 1 elementary.
Out of Joe. Oh, I love it.
That's incredible.
Nathan, what have you got?
I'm gonna recommend that you put toothpaste on the end of your dildo before you use it.
We're not ending the show yet, mate. Calm down.
Hey, shut up.
yeah.
I'm writing this down.
Minty fresh.
Minty fresh.
I feel so clean.
Feels so clean.
So
Whoever knew I needed this.
literally everything that I've watched over the last 2 weeks, I can recommend. Go back to that bit
All
of
those
me
movies on the plane.
with what you're
and stuff,
watching.
yeah.
And I think that, for example, if I'm recommending stuff to you guys in particular, I think that Shape of Water, Roger, you will love, I hope.
Yeah, man.
if you've seen,
We're watching
Pen
it
Labyrinth or something like
2
that,
Mondays
I think
ago. Remember? We're hanging?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry.
All good.
What else is there? Because, obviously 13 Reasons Why Season 2, it's good if you watch Season 1. It sort of, helps close off a lot of the open-endedness of Season 1, but it also is begging for a Season 3, which is annoying. It's kind of 2 seasons, good, done.
Yeah.
One thing that I won't actually go into that just yet, but aside from that, there's not a lot. I can recommend old stuff that I've watched, but nothing that I've done recently that I can recommend to people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Nathan has nothing to share with you guys because he's a selfish prick. Finn, what have you got?
I want to share me with
I'll just share myself with you.
You're so
If you're
kind.
into, if
I'm
you're
literally
into
Dick pics to
sports,
all the
this guy.
listeners.
What?
I just said I'll share myself, and you guys ignored it, and then everyone was like, "I'll share myself." And I was like, "Oh, you're so nice."
I don't want any of you. I don't like spicy food.
Oh.
fucking hell.
I didn't actually hear you say that. I'm sorry.
One of my favorite memes is "White friend, this is spicy. Me, this is water."
What have what have you
This is
got,
milk,
Finn?
please. If you're into sport games, NHL is lit, and I'm gonna get
NHL.
NHL 18, and then I'll see if I can recommend that too.
Nice.
Otherwise, that's pretty much it, my friend.
That's it.
Oh, if no one has seen the British BBC Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Bitches, then yeah, you gotta watch that.
With Martin Charlotte.
Martin Freeman's, yeah,
Nice.
Morgan Freeman's.
Morgan Freeman's in Sherlock. BBC Sherlock. He
Yeah, but,
narrates
oh
it.
man, BBC Sherlock is primo television. It's amazing.
It is.
And I fucking love those characters.
Remember when you made me watch
So,
it
yeah,
over
Sherlock-
2 days? That was some good couple days.
I think.
That was I love
remember
that you
when we
caught up.
got-
So good.
Do you guys remember when we watched season 4 together, and it was awesome?
Yeah.
No.
good times.
Season 4, episode 2. That bit where he's
Oh,
figuring
man.
everything out on the street when he's just high. It was
Just
fantastic.
the fucking transitions in that show and every
Still haven't watched season 4. I need to.
What a
Bro,
dynamite.
you need to, and then let us know.
Binge that
How you
shit
feel.
like a real man like me.
Like a real man.
I will do.
Literally watched all of it over 2 days. Yeah.
That's
It
amazing.
was great because I hadn't seen
That's the
any
thing.
of it, and then Nathan and Finn were like, "Oh, the new season's coming out. You should watch it all." And yeah, we
Oh,
did.
that's about
yeah.
it.
Good times.
Mhm. You're like, okay.
My recommendation for you children this week, I bought this wonderful game at EB Games for $15. It's on special at the moment. It's a little game that you may not have heard about called Battle Chasers Night War. Have any of you guys heard about it?
Not at all.
No idea.
So it's I didn't know this. I did hear about the game before, but it's based on a series of comic books called Battle Chasers. So they made the game about it. It's basically like a Western version of a JRPG. It's a Western take on a JRPG.
Cool.
It looks really pretty. The art style is awesome. It's basically a story about this little girl that inherits her dead father's gauntlets. So she's got like cool powers, and then she's got a bunch of companions who all have like interesting backstories. But I've been playing that since I got back from Queensland. I'm really enjoying it. Got some little cool mechanics in there. Put a twist on the sort of turn-based combat. But it's really like sort of chill game. That's what I was playing when I was on the phone to you. Who the fuck's getting 20 million messages? Can you go fuck yourself?
Nathan, turn your phone off, please. Goddamn.
My phone on? I
Um,
silenced it before. Oh, it's my computer that's going off. Sorry, guys. I
That's
thought I was
alright.
on silent. I got my headphones on.
It's all good.
Bruh.
It's all good.
It's just bad.
It's all good. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's a couple of plays on the generic turn-based combat. But yeah, it's really chilled game. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was talking to you on the phone while I was playing it, so it doesn't need your full attention. There's cool little bits of lore in there, but yeah, really cool game. That's my recommendation for today. I think that's pretty much it. Holy shit, I feel like we've been doing this forever. That's the longest episode we've done, for sure.
We
Felt
went for so
real
long, but I
short.
even got a nap in. So
Oh, that's right, you did nap, you piece of shit.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah, fuck you, Jeff. Thank you guys
My name is Jeff.
for hanging out with me today. Thank you, Jake, for coming back on the show, and
Anytime.
thank you, listeners, for listening to the show. Yeah, that was a fun episode, jam packed as fuck. I'm trying to remember what we talked about at the start of the show. I don't even remember.
seems like a
Fucking
millennia
EA.
ago.
Fucking EA, that's it. Yeah, guys, if you
Goddamn
want to give us
toolboxes.
some feedback about the new format of the show, or anything at all really, in regards to the show, you can email us at hangswithrog@gmail.com. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as well, and we also have a wonderful little YouTube channel also called Hangs with Rog. And guys, I got a comment on one of our videos the other day.
Yes.
It's that same video that's still getting heaps of views, that Arc video.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's got over
Awesome.
20,000 views now, and this guy just like, there's people
Ooh.
still, it's funny. But yeah, who's gonna close the show today?
Jack.
Okay.
Jake, you got this?
Yep.
All right, cool. As we always say on the Hangs with Rog podcast,
In the forest of waving cats, you can only trust one man. That is a man with a dog.